Alright, let's get started again. So we did end up at 12th of November 1971, so what we're going to do today is we're going to play up until 1st of January 73. So we'll play a little bit more than a year. So since we are currently playing on the Speed 1, if the game still crashes again on Speed 1, then we can probably just go with Speed 2 and live with the crashes, but if it doesn't, then we'll just keep on going with Speed 1. Because there's going to be a bit less interruptions there. Until 1980. Eventually. I mean, probably during this month. But, we'll see. Anyway, and I did take the Hydras again. I think, Catmandos and Alberta, I'm going to name you as the Hydro Twins. Anyway, let's get started. And today's goals will be to rebuild the farm, which currently needs a bit more steel to be delivered and components, but that should be getting sorted soon. There's already steel on its way. And we got 2 ships bringing in crops right now. We have started importing crops for the livestock farm again, but hopefully not too much. At least it's not the water course. Fair enough. Working and listening to me. Alright then. Enjoy your work. Or from twins you go to triplets. It's a possibility. Right, so we still need to get a bit more resources here, and we haven't done haven't done anything else but the groundworks for the aggregate harbor here, but we do have the ship ready over here waiting. So hopefully today we won't have to take more loans if possible. I mean, as soon as we can get the coal exports going, I think we can get enough like profit from our trade to actually not need any more loans necessarily. Not immediately anyway. Like we might have to refresh one loan at some point, but I think we can manage that. So over here we're still waiting 6 tons of steel and about 2 tons of components, and the components are already on their way. We don't have any workers heading this way right now, but I wonder where we are sending them. I mean, we are trying to do the footpath around here, just so that we can maybe use that bus stop to get workers to the fire station instead. But I'm not entirely sure if we can manage that or not. But that would allow us to get rid of this footpath here and set up the road cargo station here for a bit shorter distance to the harbor over there, plus double, or at least 2 vehicles can be loading in stuff at the same time. Or we can have all the export stuff going directly from here, other than a livestock truck of course, and then the stuff that goes into the storage or goes from the storage to the city of Zagrad, then we'll use this entrance most likely. Right, so we've still got 7,600 population. I think we can go permanently over 8,000 today. Okay, and we've just got some crops there. I believe the trucks are already on their way. Yeah, there's all of them. More or less. Right, so how's the situation here? Are there any microbuses heading here now? No, it's still only the steel. We should be getting all the steel now with these 2 trucks, and then we might be getting... oh yeah, we'll be getting all the resources that we need for this. But this time I think what we'll do a bit differently, depending on what vehicles we have available. I think what we might do is not have a 4-4-4 setup, but rather like with the tractors, 3 of those, then 5 harvesters and 4 trucks. And that should allow us to do the harvesting a little bit faster. Because I don't think the sowing is really the problem, especially now that we upgraded a lot of the roads. If we can get a vehicle that can actually go faster than 30 kilometers per hour, then we will save a fair bit in the time spent traveling. Right, so that's already heading back for more Exports, that's going, or rather imports, that's heading out with 31,000 rubles. And this is already at 19,000, should be getting a bit higher soon enough. That's the coal truck for the heating plant. Let's actually have a look at the situation at the heating plant. Power plant has 80 tons right now, heating plant has pretty close to 80 tons. So it's not too bad. We may want to upgrade a little bit of the footpaths around here. Because that is yet another thing that we're working on. So if we have a look at... Okay, we got quite a few footpaths still that we are working on. But there's actually not that many. Like, there's of course the Great Northern Road. Which if we have a look at here, we have done a decent bit of job. I only need 60 tons of asphalt at this point. And then it's gonna need the roller over here, but then that's been done. And then they'll start on this one, which is also gonna be quite a long one. And then slowly but surely we'll keep on going. Although at some point I suppose they will run out of range, so to speak. But we'll build that road as far as we can from here. Right, so we still got around 60 tons of crops there, that's not too bad. And it's already at 27,000. Did we... Let's have a look. We've got 4 ships here, is there another one that's... okay. The Northern is going to slow down the bitumen ship exports. To a degree, but I don't think it's going to be that huge a difference. Like, if we have a look at this year's consumption, we've spent less than 7 tons of bitumen. Like, even though, of course, our productions aren't particularly large either, but I think we can manage it. Like, they're only building one road at a time, and it usually takes a long while to do the gravel portion, and then it takes a while to get through the asphalt portion there, but it shouldn't be too bad. Right, that's already at 33,000 rubles, so it should be heading out soon, probably with that truck. Now the footpaths, okay, we built the footpath all the way there, we still need this one, which is not getting the gravel yet, and then this one needs to be built, which is actually getting a little bit gravel, and also a lot of workers, but without the gravel, they're not going to be able to do much. Right, over here we're still needing a bit more steel for this phase, and all the workers that we can get, really. But I think around spring we can probably do this, especially if we don't start building any more footpaths or anything like that. And just focus on working on the things that are still unfinished. Also, this one has most of the resources there already. Ooh. Oh. We may need to import a bit more steel. Right, so let's have a look. This one requires another 1.3 tons there. Then what else are we working on? This one has all the steel already. Yep, so that doesn't need more. What about the conveyor belts here? That one requires another 3 tons. That one already has everything. That's another ton, so that's about a bit more than 5 tons. And this one, okay, requires quite a bit. We may need to buy another 100 tons of steel. That might be enough to get that one going, but I'm just gonna check if there's any other places that are going to need steel. Yeah, 100 tons of steel. There's the conveyor belts we already went through. And there's the road, there's the transfer that didn't need anything. So no, I think 100 tons would technically be enough. So we'll do that, and that's gonna be the final steel imports for the year. And there's another 100,000. Alright, I suppose here we go. If we have a look at this year's total stats, we've imported 400,000 of rubles worth of steel. Yeah, more housing will need steel, but if I can get the coal exports going, we can probably get enough profit out that we can actually start using the profits to buy a little bit of steel at a time. Like, not with the ship, of course, but, like, eventually. A tiny bit. Also, one thing that I'm wondering, if we were to move this road a little bit closer to this here, we could maybe do a bridge across. Or across here. And have a connection through there. We might be able to fit in another one of the road cargo things. Maybe. At the same time, we can already have 3 vehicles over here at the same time. On the other hand, if we were to move the road down this way, it would bring the fire station a little bit closer to the road. And we might be able to fit in a bit more over here, maybe as warehouse or something. Which would allow us to cut down maybe 1 or 2 trucks away from the duty here, and we could just transfer everything to the warehouse. And then whenever a ship comes in. Yeah, winter is certainly closing in. Means that the speeds will go down quite dramatically. Now let's have a look. How much do we still have coal here? It's almost full. But I don't think we're gonna have to import a lot of coal during this winter. Well, I suppose we'll find out. Right, do we have any ships coming in? That's still heading out for exports. That's 37,000 though, so that's not too bad. We've got another ship going out there, and I believe we might have... Yeah, that is going to bring in more crops soon, and that is already bringing in more crops. Already almost 6,200 per shipment. Price of the crops, so there is quite a bit of increase there. How well is this one doing though? Needs more workers. It's not currently getting any. That's not great. Have we got on the footpaths done yet? Not yet by the looks of it. Like, both of these are still under construction. They have done a fair bit of work on this one. There is a dumper on his way, but we still need another 2 dumpers after that. And over here, we got the resources, we just need the workers. And that might be enough to get that built. And then that will allow us to connect down this way a little bit better. I'm not entirely sure though if it's going to be close enough. But I want to try if it's possible to get it through there. I mean, if need be, we might be able to connect through here, right over there to that road. That might be a little bit faster. Maybe. Right, so if we start thinking about... Oh, right, that's the thing. What I was thinking about, if we start moving this road a little bit further away from the coastline here, just so that we can fit in maybe a warehouse here or something like that. We might not have the room over here, so we may need to wait until... First of all, we need to wait until the footpaths are completed to see if they can actually reach from the other bus stop in here. Which I'm not entirely sure if they can. But if that is possible, then we can get rid of this footpath, which will allow us to build the road cargo station here and connect it to the warehouse. Then we can connect the road here, then we can maybe do a bit of a connection on the road there, much closer to the fire station. Then we can connect there and basically just try to get relatively close around here to the power lines. And move the road there, and that should give us a bit more room here, which would allow us to build at least a warehouse, hopefully. And maybe a road cargo station as well, although I'm not entirely sure if that's going to be required. Not necessarily. We got a decent bit of both alcohol and food there. That's good. Have we done any work here still? No, we have not. So that is a problem. Did we... Oh, we did get some gravel here. But they are doing work on this one. It's gonna take a while though, and over here we're still waiting for the workers, which... How far are they? Oh, they're still going for the workers. Alright then. And we haven't quite yet cleared out most of these roads here, so that is a slight problem, I suppose. Yeah, getting another vehicle here would not be a bad idea. It's going to be another almost 13,000 rubles, but that should help us a little bit. Let's see, doesn't increase the range though. But I suppose that's alright. If we can at least keep most of the roads here in the city clean, that would be nice. They don't really cost upkeep during winter or summer anyway, so it's alright. Right, so that's heading out with another 34,000 rubles, not bad. It's already bringing the crops, that's... Okay, that's heading in for crops from there, and heading out with 37,000. Oh, I'm gonna have another ship over there. Right, so how are the oil ship and the bitumen ship doing? Bitumen has 126 tons. We did send that last time to sell like 250 tons or something. It wasn't a huge amount of money, but it did keep us going a little bit longer before we had to take another loan. Speaking of loans, let's actually have a look at the... Ooh, okay. We've got almost 5 million in loans. Actually more than 5. Alright then, so yeah, things are not looking great, but we've had to do a lot of large investments. And as soon as we can actually get the buildings done, then they should start paying off. That is still waiting for the workers, and that is waiting for more workers as well. Do we have... we got our microbus heading this way. Did we get any work done here yet? No, we got all the resources there. But no one's actually working on that. It's just a bit of a shame. I mean, how much would it cost to build that now? 2,400. Not a huge amount. You know what? I'm gonna fund that. And then we can select this one and get gravel from there. They will be able to get that a little bit faster. And slowly dig ourselves out of loans. Yeah. With coal. But like, as soon as we got this thing working again, and once the farm is completed, which again needs more workers, it's not actually getting anything right now, which is a bit of a problem. Because do we have a lot of vehicles that we're not using right now? We got actually quite a bit. All the open holes, well, at least over there, and then the excavators and such. I'm thinking about buying a bus with the capacity of 30 or something. That would be able to drop in a lot more workers on the site. Those buses were not particularly expensive, to be fair. Maybe we'll send this one over there. Just making sure that we can... Oh wait, there was room over here anyway. Yeah, I suppose you can get back there. I'm missing dumper truck, but if we were to buy a bus like this one, it only has a capacity of 32, but for building purposes or construction purposes it should be enough. That should allow us to complete a lot of the buildings quicker. Besides, we have plenty of workers available in most of these bus stops. 160 over here, okay, yeah, that's a little bit. Then another 100 there, and 94 there, okay. So we got 350 workers waiting at the bus stops right now. It's about a few. Now I wonder, are they actually sending out the bus, or is it still... No, it is out. Where is it heading? It's heading from one of the footpaths. Over here. Alright, that might be a little bit of an overkill, but fine. Oh, we haven't got on the gravel either. Oh well. Now one thing that I kind of wish that was the thing is that you could have, for these construction buildings, you could have multiple sources for, say, workers, for example, like multiple bus stops where they could go and pick up people, but they, I believe they can only have one. Which is a bit of a shame, but oh well. So that bus is going between Sakura bus stop 3 and Bread and Vodka bus stop. Alright then. So it's the southern portion of Ireland and the industrial area here. Did we... Oh, we did complete that. So do we have... We got range to reach the mine from here. Once we get this one completed, it might just be enough, because if that was like 250 meters, it's gonna be a little bit... Well, actually, it's gonna be a lot quicker route along the footpath there, and I don't know, it's still gonna be rather close. Yeah, that would certainly be a good system, or better system than what they have right now, but that might complicate things a fair bit, so I don't blame them for not doing it. At least not yet. Right, so where are you heading? Going for another footpath? It's probably this one. Indeed it is. We are missing some gravel here. Oh, we got our dumper heading this way again. And all of the microbuses. Alright then. Problem is that the workers will wait here with nothing to do, and... yeah, that's a problem. How are we doing in terms of coal? There's still about 80 tons there and 54 tons over here. It's only December so far. But we might run out of coal here at the heating plant, but not a huge amount, I don't think. Now, did we get this one completed yet? No, we still need the gravel. We do have a dumper on its way, though. Right here, actually. There we go. And that has been completed. Right, I wondered if they give... oh, yeah, this is now heading out. Oh, it's actually going to refuel first. Fair enough. Well, there's a fair bit of movement, I'd say. Yeah, all the people, I mean... they're kind of all frozen there, but it's alright. I mean, it kind of gives an idea of how much you got people at the bus stop, at least. But it's a nice detail. It could always be better, of course, but it's a good start. Right, how much do we have? We got decent bit of food there, although the numbers have been going down a little bit. Since the deliveries have been slowed down. We've got 40 tons of meat here still. Not very corona-friendly bus stop. No, it isn't. But hey, we're not at 2020 yet. Well, only at 1971. I'm guessing we have the meat truck over there. Actually, no, the meat truck is not there. It's about to enter there, though. At some point, we do need to build this one. Wouldn't take a huge amount of resources to build, but the steel is, again, the problem there. Now, have we done nothing on that one yet? What about the farm over here? I don't think they've gotten any workers. No, but there is some... Okay, they will get a little bit at least. Now, what I hope is that the actual bus will bring in workers here at some point. And that should help us build that quicker. I mean, we still have a fair bit of time before the actual farming season starts again. How much do we still have wood over here? 1,400 tons, not too shabby. Right, so where is the bus going? It went to refuel, but it's probably left again. Oh, there it is. I was going for the footpath that hasn't been completed yet. Otherwise good, but it needs the gravel, not so much of the workers. I mean, sure enough, the workers will be appreciated, but it's just the gravel that we mostly need. Which we're not getting quite yet. Actually, I wonder... would it be possible to make a road through there? It most certainly would. Now, it would block any other things to be attached to the distillery, which is not necessarily a great thing, but it would allow us to bypass this crossroad there, with, especially if we're taking gravel through here. No, I don't want to start another construction quite yet, so we'll cancel that. Get back to that later. In constructions, we still got quite a few things. How's the road? It still needs 42 tons of asphalt. So it's at least getting better. We're down to 1 million rubles. Of course, we've been buying a fair bit of things again, including buses and many other things. There's space for a bus stop in the farm. I probably could fit it over here. Like, yeah, I think could place it down there. Not entirely sure if we need to have it there. But that would technically, yeah, we could use a bus stop there and then get... But if we start building a bus stop there, then that's going to cut off the road, and that means that nothing will be done over here until the bus stop is completed. And that might require yet another bus. But technically that would allow us to bring in workers over here to work on some of the farms as well, once the farming season begins. Which would speed up things a little bit. Yeah, this is one's getting filled rather quickly here again. Good. We've got plenty of fuel at the harbour, so I don't think we've actually been buying any fuel in a long while. Nope. Been at least a few months since the last time. Haven't been buying much food either. A lot of steel on the other hand, and components. A little bit of bricks at the start of the year. We have been buying a tiny bit of meat again. But in the grand scheme of things, it's only been a bit more than a ton, so that's not a huge amount. Oil, on the other hand, we've already spent over 50,000 rubles this year. A little bit gravel, actually. That's a bit surprising. And we've used 10,000 for cement. Ooh. I mean, it's 100 tons of cement, so it's not a huge price per ton of cement, but it's still a fair bit. Right, I wonder... Where is this one heading? Is it still going for the footpath? Yep, it has 9 workers. I would have expected a little bit more, to be fair. So this one... Oh! This requires a bit more gravel, essentially. And there's no dumpers heading this way, so that's going to be a problem. Have we done any work here yet? Nope. Like, both of the construction offices have been assigned to all of these, but they're just not bringing in the workers here. And we got all the resources in here already. I mean, well, this is going to require a lot more steel, but it ain't too bad. Bring a bit more fuel here. And, okay, that's the crops ship. We got a little bit extra crops there, actually. Not too shabby at all. A lot of very slow traffic. Over here, at least, we are keeping the roads mostly clear. Especially with the extra vehicle. It shouldn't be too bad. Cinema is having pretty good time there. Able to participate in sports. A lot of people without jobs. I wonder, is there's 75 babies, 8 children. Of course, no car owners. We don't have a lot of parking lots here. Right, are we getting any... Oh, there are vehicles heading this way. There's 2 microbuses, so that's going to be, hopefully, 14 people. Which should speed up the construction a little bit. Last capitalist. Sounds about right. Have we got on the... No, it's still missing the gravel, isn't it? Yeah, do we do have a dumper heading this way now. How far is it? Okay, so it's approaching from the north. Presumably it's going for the... Yeah, it's going for the loading already, so that's good. Be right along the way. Building is on fire. Oh, crap. Okay, that's not far away from the fire station, though. Also, at some point, we still do need to upgrade a lot of these roads. Well, how is the house doing? There's one injured already. Okay, now that we got the fire truck over there, it should be going down relatively quickly, especially once we get a bit more workers through the station. There we go. No one died. Which I guess is what's important right now. Okay, so that is going for exports there, and this one already has 20,000 rubles worth of exports. Bring in more crops, which we actually have a fair bit of crops here at the harbor right now. Just a matter of transferring them. Not getting any vehicles there. We've got 20 workers already in here, and we've got both a dumper and the bus heading this way. I wonder, where are those? The bus is over here. The dumper is probably... Oh, is it this one? Yes, it is. Well, as long as it can keep driving at decent speed. Well, it can drive all the way here at decent speed. After that, it's just going to be snail speed ahead. We've got quite a few unemployed workers, and the average lifespan is currently dropping a little bit. Let's have a look at this year total. It's going a bit up and down. But I think we do need to drop the average age a little bit. How's the coal plants? Still 61 tons at the power plant, and the heating station has 33 tons, so it's going a bit down. On the other hand, there should be trucks heading this way, but it's a long stretch of the road here, just, well, not in a good condition, so it takes a long while to go through that. But if we have to import a little bit of coal, then we'll also have to do it. It's not much we can do about that, and it's not going to be a huge cost. Much? Ooh, 187 tons of crops there, and that's going to be another 136. So over 300 tons total, plus... okay, that one doesn't actually have a lot. December 18th, the world's largest hydroelectric plant begins operation in Krasnoyarsk, Russia news fast. Well, thank you. Unfortunately, we cannot celebrate that by exporting more coal to Russia quite yet, but we'll make sure to do that at some point. Right, and this one doesn't have workers, which means that there's going to be... well, actually, the temperature isn't too bad. Oddly enough. Not a lot of workers there, though. Oh, we did get that footpath. Let's have a look. We can reach the bus stop there. Excellent. Can they reach the food factory as well? Oh, yes. Alright then, I think we can get rid of the footpath here. I know that we'll lose some resources with that, but still. We should be able to fit in the road cargo station now. Use your infrastructure. Oh, come on. Let me rotate it as much as I can. Although, if I was to place it down this way, would I be able to fit it in? Possibly. Would need a little bit flattening, but... or maybe not. Yeah, it would be nice to be able to get some of the resources back, but unfortunately I don't think that's going to be an option. Or then you'd have to have the deconstruction take a long while. Do I want to have it this... I think I want to actually have it this way. If I can just get the connection in a reasonable manner. Let's say we do that. And then go for the factory connection. Oh, there's a footpath connection. Okay. That might explain why it wasn't connecting automatically. There we go. If we build that, probably start constructing that, and then road connection, gravel road. Do we want to connect it quite there, or a bit closer maybe? Well, let's say if we do that, then we could maybe drag this road from here to right about there. Eventually, and then yeah, I think that's possible. We could even maybe connect this road around here. We'll build those two first. Then we can get rid of that one. And maybe this one, and build the road over there. Again, this is another construction that we will be working on, but... ooh, actually, I'm gonna suspend the construction of that for the time being. We're gonna do the road at least, but that would take a bit more steel, and I don't want to use the steel until we've gotten this one completed. Oh hey! We're getting the crane and the... Also, that means that we got the farm completed. Huzzah! Alright then, let's buy some vehicles, shall we? Now it's gonna be a bit expensive. Let's think about this. Sewing. I could go 34 kilometers per hour, both of these. They have the both speed more or less. This one has a bit less engine power, so I think we're gonna... Oh, this is actually a little bit cheaper. Alright then, so we'll buy 3 of these. Then we'll buy 5 of the... Let's see, which one... This one has the highest work speed. Although the max speed... Well, actually, it has also the highest max speed, so we're gonna buy 5 of those, and then covered holes. This one has 10-ton capacity. Unfortunately, we can't use the ones that we've been using for the most part anymore. Those have... or are no longer being produced. It would be another 9 and 6 ton. But that would be... Oh man. That would be expensive. 24,000. Pretty good engine power, but other than that, not particularly great. That would be 10 tons capacity. I think we're going to take this one. It's a bit expensive, especially if we're going to buy 4 of these. So is it... it should have everything. Oh, it actually has a way too long auto search. Yeah, it just needs to reach the bridge. Okay, so that's all the vehicles there. That cost a lot, but now we can at least get another harvest next year. Down to less than 800,000. On the other hand, we've used 1.3 million on vehicles. We've used about 500,000 on steel and mechanical components. So that's 1.8 million. Then a little bit on the manpower and all that. So yeah, there's plenty of things that we can save up money in. Oh, we are getting workforce over here as well. Excellent. Oh, and wait, are we bringing people with a bus? No, that bus is going for... It's going for this one. Oh, it is. I mean, getting this conveyor belt completed is actually not a bad idea. Right, so that still needs another 85 tons of steel. How much do we have at the storage right now? 95. And over here we got 20 tons of mechanical components, so we got enough of the materials to actually build up that one. Wait, you didn't actually drop anyone here? Oh, bollocks. Oh no, you dropped them on... Oh, right. Yeah, you did drop a full 32 people. Never mind. Good work. This one, on the other hand, doesn't have anyone working there. Have they been dropping... Oh, they've been dropping them on this one. Okay, so we'll be getting the conveyor belts done relatively quickly. We should be getting people on this one as well at some point. Probably that one. Or that one. Or that one. Well, at least we're getting all the workforce down this way now, so that's nice. And have we started working on the... technically we have started working on that one and this one, but we're not bringing anything in there yet. What about nothing over there either? I'm guessing our trucks are busy with the road here. Yeah, still needs 42 tons of asphalt, and we got 4 of the dumpers heading this way. 1. That's heading away, that's heading away, that's heading away, and that's heading away. So that's all 5 of them here on this road. And all my tanker... Oh. Yeah. All tank trucks are over there as well. We do have 70 tons of fuel here waiting, and how much do we... Oh, the oil ship has gone. We've got 171 tons of bitumen waiting already, so the oil ship is already over there, but we haven't gotten the exports yet. How much is it going to be, though? Less than 100,000. Oh boy. But I think once we start exporting a bit more variety of things, then the prices will drop a bit less, comparatively. Okay, we've got 40 workers at the harbour right now, and since they got the crane, it should be doing the work relatively quickly there. How much? You need probably a bit more people over here at the conveyor belt, but it's getting a decent progress in there. Have we gotten the... Oh right, all the vehicles over here probably went to refuel. No, no, there's no vehicles heading this way, so I don't know. But at least we got the vehicles here waiting. And since we did upgrade the roads, now the tractors can go a little bit quicker, which means that they'll be using a bit less. How are the export amount this year versus last year? Let's actually pause for a moment so we can look at the things. So crops was 11,400 this year, then 90 tons of coal, 100 tons of fuel, 40 tons of food, 420 tons of steel, 60 tons of mechanical components. Oil was almost, well, it was 950, and then clothing and electronic was combined about 92 tons. So if we have a look at last year's, that's now increased by about 12 tons. Crops has increased by 500 tons. Coal, well, we're not importing coal much anymore, so that has dropped a fair bit. Cement imports doubled, and then coal imports stopped entirely. Fuel, we've started importing a lot less. Steel, we imported quite a bit more this year than last year. Mechanical components and all that, so I think in total we are actually going to be importing a bit less. It's that the prices are going to be going up, so that's what's causing the problems. I mean, other than crops, we will be importing, well, actually crops, electronics and clothing are the things that we will be importing more and more, and technically oil as well. But the oil imports are not a huge price. How's the work over here? We need 140 work days. Oh, we are actually doing work on the actual transfer there. Good. And over here, still over 500 work days to do with the concrete pouring phase of the construction there. Let's have a quick look at this year's exports though. Or comparing the exports. So we've actually done a bit less exports, but I don't think we got as much oil exports, which would explain most of the difference there. And then we did have small delays with some of the ships here, so that, and since we had at least for a while a lot less livestock exports, that would mostly explain the differences there. As soon as we can get the coal exports, then that's going to be quite significant increase in the total income. And the population is still kind of growing. So there's no firefighters there right now, but there's going to be plenty of workers in here, some of which will be firefighters. I actually wonder... Oh, building is on fire. Uh-oh. Cargo Harbor. Oh, this is the one that we're not using right now. Okay. And it's the closest thing to a fire station. Other than the ones over here, I suppose. But this one doesn't have any workers right now. Although there's a lot of people walking this way. I suppose some of them will be going to work at the food factory, which cannot store more food right now. Wait, what are you doing? Oh, right, you're taking stuff to the factory connection. That makes sense. There we go. A bit of firefighters there, actually. Yeah, true, we should be getting the oil export soon. Already over there. Okay, yeah. Might be able to get them started this year, but it's going to take several days to actually get all of them. Oh, the fire truck is now heading for the harbor, but that's probably going to be... Oh, yeah, the fire truck is now there. But I'm not entirely sure. Are they stopping it? Oh, is it... No, it's slowly going down. If we can get 2 more firefighters, then that's going to make a huge difference in this. Oh, there's actually water in there going. I have not realized that before. Although I don't think that's quite reaching the fire over there, but oh well. Fire extinguished. Huzzah. No, even told that should help. Possibly. But the fire truck should be turning around there, yep. Where are you? Oh, right, you're going for the unfinished road over here, aren't you? Well, actually, it's this one, isn't it? Yeah, the excavator is heading there. Now we've got a little bit of gravel there. Now, how are we doing over here? That's doing alright. Still needs 119 work days. That one needs 133. 77. And a crap ton. The question is which... Oh! Pretty much every worker that we have right now heading this way is going for the harbor itself. I am okay with that. But where are you heading? Oh, right, you're heading for the factory connection, but... Oh, right, you use that road to... Okay. Well, it's 1st of January. So we started the year at 755,000. We're getting the oil exports right now. But since technically we don't need to import any more steel or mechanical components until we have this one up and running, we might be able to turn a profit this year, despite the huge amount of loans. Although let's actually have a look at the loans. How big is the smallest one? It's 1.3 million, and 1.6 and 1.9. It's technically still about 5 million. Oh, right, let's actually open the minimap. Not that we'd be using it hugely lately, but... How is this road doing? Still needs a lot. I'm pretty sure that there's a lot of dumpers heading this way. Well, there should be. Although, let me just make sure that the... Oh! I see. Well, we can fix that. We'll just send this one to the Soviet ports over there to get a little bit extra bitumen here. And then we're going to use that to get the asphalt. Means that one of these, or this truck should, yeah, it's now heading for the storage, and we'll go to the asphalt plants. Yeah, that would explain some of the problems there. But here we have done about half the work on the gravel. This one's going to need a lot more gravel. Now, do we have a lot? We've got 7 workers here so far, and there's a microbus and a bus, both bringing in presumably full amount of workers, so that's going to make this construction go a lot quicker here. We've got pretty much every microbus and the actual bus heading this way. But yeah, I reckon getting the harbour done as quickly as possible should be the priority. Because then we can send the aggregate ship over here already. And as soon as we get the conveyor belts completed, then it will start loading in. Let's actually have a look. Oh, okay, there's still 35 tons at the coal power plant. We are importing some coal now here at the heating plant, which is a bit of an issue. But at the same time, I think as soon as we can get rid of these two over here and set up the aggregate unloading or truck aggregate unloading over here to get the coal directly there, it means that we'll be able to unload a bit faster, and also means that the distance to travel is down by about 200 meters or so, which will allow the trucks to leave a lot sooner. Right, so we've got two ships over here waiting, and you are backing out. I hope you don't have the problem some of these have had. That's already at 26,000, that's at 22,000, so both of these ships should be leaving the very near future. And I believe we got plenty. Ooh, we got 46 workers here at the harbor now. With the crane, it's actually going to go pretty quickly. We still have every vehicle seems to be heading this way, or at least they have this building in the route plan. Not entirely sure. Oh, one waiting at the station. Okay, yeah. But we got 50 workers now. That means that this phase of the building is actually pretty much completed. Then we'll just need to get a lot more concrete, steel and components, but we'll get that sorted. And I'm pretty sure that probably all of the mixers and open hulls are heading this way immediately. And even the covered hull actually should be heading this way with the components. Okay, so they don't. Oh, right, the covered hull is actually not going to head this way because we don't need the mechanical components quite yet. We need all the concrete and about half the steel that we need to get there. In the meanwhile, I suppose we might be able to get some work done on the conveyor belts. Although, not necessarily. Oh, we're up to 800,000 right now, so in the 5 days we've at least gotten a little bit extra money. Because that's mostly from the oil, isn't it? Yeah, I mean, there's a fair bit of alcohol sales there as well. But yeah, last year was quite catastrophic in terms of money usage there, but I think it's going to be worth it. Right, the coal mine is actually probably not going to be hugely needed, but it's over there if we need to get a second mine. I think this will be enough, to be fair. In grand scheme of things, assuming if there was workers there, then it probably would be. Due to the speed problems here, and both of the buses are arriving at almost the same time, usually. Right, have we got on any of the bitumen here? No, not yet. Although the truck should probably be heading this way soon. Oh yes it is, with 9 tons of bitumen, and we'll slowly be accumulating more. So how much did we send with the ship? It's 46,000 rubles worth of bitumen, so not a huge amount, but it's going to help a little bit. So it's like a bit less than 1.5 of these regular ships in terms of total value. Right now, anyway. Well, I mean, if it was full, then it would be probably quite a bit more. Pay for most of the oil imports. Yeah, for the most part. Right, so we are probably gonna be getting both the mixers, all the open hulls, and pretty much all the buses right now. As soon as we get some open hulls and concrete here, then we can keep on working rather quickly. I'm actually tempted to maybe buy another crane at some point. Nice, because the bitumen pays for the oil impulse while the fuel has cut our costs by a fair amount. True. Like, it has been a good investment, I'd say. Like, have we actually... If we just make sure, did we import any fuel last year? No. Well, after the point where we started importing a bit of oil. And started sending the fuel to the harbors directly as well. We have been importing a fair bit of oil, so that was 60,000 last year. This year, how much have we brought in? Only 2,000 so far, but it's only 8 days into the year, so that's not a huge indicator. We brought over 200 tons of crops in this small amount of time. Wait, are we still selling the... Yeah, we're still getting the oil sales. Alright then. Till January. I can't wait to see the crops growing again. And I think actually before the winter update, when crops would grow all year round, I think the medium fields might have been a bit better use of space. But now when it's only once per... Like, because you could work them faster, so you'd be able to get the harvest a little bit faster. But now with the winter update, I think the big ones are better. I'm not entirely sure how much you get per field in crops. I think it's somewhere around 250 to 300 tons per field. Of the big fields, though. It's quite a bit bigger. It's over 10 times bigger than one of the small ones, so it is quite substantial. So we're now losing a bit of money again, but we got 2 of these ships leaving. That... Hold on, that's not the one. 38,000. Oh man, it's halfway full with alcohol. And this one's 31,000. So that's about 70,000 total. Not too shabby. Okay, we got on some of the concrete here. We are getting steel in just a few moments. And more concrete. And a lot of workers. And a lot more steel, actually. Yeah, all the steel trucks are now arriving here. There's 1,400 tons of crops when it was running. How many fields do we have? We have 4 big ones and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... 11 small ones. But technically it's probably about the growing area of 5 big ones. More or less. Yeah, around to 5 big fields, yeah. So it'd probably be somewhere around 270 then. A bit less than 300 tons per big field. Yeah, something like that. And we run out of concrete, and that's going to take a while before we get another shipment of concrete, but there's one truck there, another one is over here, so yeah. That's going to take a while. Did we get the bitumen over here, though? Yes, we did. Okay, so we are getting some asphalt again. That means that we might actually get the road over here done. At least we got 3 dumpers heading this way. There's one. It actually does have the asphalt there. Good. Second one around here. There's one. And there's a third one. This one's going for gravel. Going for the factory connection. Right, it's a good thing that we did upgrade that road, although right now it's not being used all that much. But it will allow a bit faster travel there. Right, yeah, we got the bulldozer there, we got... Okay, so we got all 3 of the terraforming tools here. Fair enough. Okay, so how much? We got 6,000 rubles worth of stuff here already. And 3 of the trucks are already heading out. Where's this one going? It's going for the construction office. It's probably going to be sending more workers soon enough. Gonna need a refuel. Wait, we are... Oh, right, you dropped some coal at the heating plant here. Which, how much did you drop? About 2 tons. And speaking of coal, I'm pretty sure that we're still importing the coal here. Actually, not currently. We're kind of, yes. And we're down to 25 tons here. But yeah, at least the power plant it hasn't had demand for more. Although one thing that I'm considering is if I was to get rid of the parking lot here, maybe get rid of the footpath there momentarily, I might be able to get a aggregate unloading here. Since we can survive most of the winter with our own coal storage. Yeah, most of it. I mean, the heating plant is currently not quite doing all that well. But as soon as, again, as soon as we get the aggregate unloading here, that's going to allow us to cut down the unloading time and distance by a decent amount. Of course, it's going to be quite a big investment in terms of steel again. But at the same time, in the long run it will certainly be worth it. To save us some fuel as well. Although not huge amounts. Right, so over here we're waiting for some gravel. Over there we're waiting quite a bit more gravel. And over here we're waiting more gravel. Have we got on... Ooh. No, actually we don't have workers there. Never mind. We are getting some workers over here though. 7, so that's not going to take us particularly far, but it's still something. Not getting anyone there. Are we getting... Oh, we are actually getting someone over here. It's going to be 7 on both of these. And over here we are going to be getting, well, a lot of steel still. And of the concrete, and we are going to get 2 microbuses and the bus, possibly. It's going to take a while. Let's have a look at the situation here. We don't have a lot of coal there. We got plenty of coal here at the storage. Actually, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to set up the buildings where citizens should go. Be these 3. Actually, those 4. I don't think they need to go to the food factory. There's going to be plenty of workers from here already, so that's going to lower the amount of people walking down this way. And we'll make sure that we have a bit more workers here at the coal mines. We're about a month away from the snow melting out. Oh, it's slowly building up there. I mean, yeah, they got the 7 workers there right now. 7 over here. At some point, I do think it's going to be a good idea to get another crane, and actually, I might do that now. I know that it's going to be yet more expenditure. Road crane? What would be the cheapest? Which one are we using right now? We're using this one. Actually, well, it has a bit of a low speed. We would have a bit higher speed, but slower work speed. This one would be the highest work speed, but not a huge speed, generally speaking. I think I'm going to buy one of these. Not too expensive. Should be able to get to where it's needed rather quickly. Going for the aggregate loading. Oh, right, for the harbor. We'll have double grain here, which means that as soon as we can get the concrete there, it's going to be used. Well, assuming that we have the workers there, I suppose. Now we're going to drop below 800,000 for a momentary. Oh, for a moment there. We do have another ship going out, and as the... Oh, this one's already returning. Alright then. And we used a lot of this. Oh. Arctic CMD, thanks for the follow. Right, how much we got? Over 600 tons of oil here waiting. There's probably going to be about 750 once it actually hits the port. I was heading out for getting... Actually, no, that's heading out to get more exports. Last chance to buy another train. Well, we don't have railways, so we don't really need that. Over here, let's see. We got about 24,000 rubles worth of exports there, and it can fit a bit more. Now, where do we have the concrete mixers? This... Oh, they're already over here. Should be getting them soon enough. Now then, that's being... I think we're over 50% done with this. Yeah, we are. Unfortunately, that's still almost 100 workdays. Over here, it's over 100 workdays. It's a little bit shortly. I think somewhere around April we'll probably have all of this completed. Especially once the roads are clear. And soon enough, I think it might be worth it to get the technical services around here. At least get them started. Because we essentially get the asphalt, concrete and gravel and board produced locally. Oh, we're down to already 780,000. Not great, but we should be getting some exports in just a few moments over there. And do we have more exports over here? Possibly. Well, that's heading out at least with 38,000. I was moving in, or moving back with some crops there. Right, well, we got some workers there. The crane is probably not too far off. Yeah, it's already over there. We're getting more steel. We dropped both of the concretes already. We are certainly using it quickly. Hey, we're at less than 2,000 workdays left on this one. Of course, with the cranes, that's going to speed up things quite a bit. Oh, and we're getting some exports there now. Good. That's going to take us slightly over the 80,000, and then once we buy the crops, it's probably going to drop slightly below again. That seems to be the case. And we are bringing in 32 workers, but I have a feeling that we're running out of concrete already. Okay, that's a problem. Well, at least we don't need a huge amount of steel anymore. Although, speaking of steel, how much do we still have left here? A fair bit. At the same time, we do need quite a bit for the final phase of the building, so it's not over yet. I don't suppose there's anything over here that we need to do right now. Not really. The only thing that I could think about is actually, would it be possible, say, get a road through here somewhere? Technically, yes. That would cut down some of the travel times with that big field. And to these fields there. That would allow us to upgrade part of this road if we need to. Not sure if we need to, but it's a possibility. You know what, I will do that. Now, it is, once again, another thing that we're working on, but since we got a decent bit of work done on these already, that's probably not going to be a catastrophe. Oh, and we did get up to 820,000 now, because we got the second export at the southern edge. Yeah, they don't, I mean, the trucks going for the crops do. But, like, that was just a gravel road. But whereas the mud roads only allow you to go 30 kilometers per hour, so it is going to be improvement there. Yeah, the population is kind of doing alright. Although the average age is still pretty high and the lifespan is still going down. Whoops. Now, still need the asphalt over here, but we're gone down to 28 tons now. And we got another 9 tons approaching, as far as I can tell. Yeah, that seems to be the case. Slowly but surely we'll get this done. Also, how is the situation on the roads over here that we started doing? That one is the asphalt, that's completed. And that one needs a bit more gravel. I should be getting that soon. But I wonder, where are the mixers right now? Okay, there's one heading back already, and other one's going to the concrete plant right now. Oh yes, we've got plenty of gravel waiting there. I mean, at least we can load in the gravel a lot faster now. That's always a nice thing. Okay, we don't actually have a lot of crops there. We do have a bit of crops there, but that's being used rather quickly. Especially by the food factory. Although, how much? Oh, we've got plenty of food here. Not a huge amount of alcohol right now, but it's probably just taking too long time to actually transfer it from here to there. That's actually a thing. Once we get this one completed, which we're not currently building yet, but once we do, and we start doing the exports from this one instead, which is going to cut down the distances at least a little bit. We can then maybe get another, like, transfer one of the trucks from there to focus bringing in more alcohol from the distillery. But yeah, I suppose upgrading these roads, but other than the logistics purposes for getting, like, the crops from here to there, probably not required. Oh right, we got the factory connection. Well, it needs the asphalt still, but it's getting better and better. Slowly but surely. Okay, so how far is the concrete mixers? One there, and second one should be there, okay. starting to fit or have a bit more distance in there, so they are spaced out a bit better. Although I have a feeling that as soon as we get the concrete here, if we have workers in here, we're gonna go through all the concrete rather quickly. At the same time, we're less than a month away from the snow melting. Now, how much workers do we still have around here? 130. That's a fair bit. Over here we've got another 90 and a lot of people around here. Or a lot of buses rather, around there. At some point we do need to upgrade these roads. At the same time we do need to upgrade more the roads over here as well, so I'm actually going to start with that. Upgrading that so they'll be using that road instead, because that is not necessarily quicker in every aspect, but it is faster, generally speaking, up until there anyway. We've got on the upgrade on the footpath there. What are the people doing in here? We're not able to participate in any sports, but other than that, no real complaints because we don't care about the spirituality. We visit hospital, and of course, people without work is a small problem. I think we can fix that eventually, especially once we get the, say, the productions over here. Although I'm not entirely sure how we're going to do that. We may need to use a bit of cash. Or we need to build the road all the way around here, there, because that's probably going to be the best place to connect across, so that's going to take a while. On the other hand, we could set up the initial clothes factory around here with some farms around this region here. We wouldn't be able to work full speed, but it would allow us to start maybe constructing or producing some of our own clothing, and that would save quite a bit of money in the long run, especially once we get the second city over there. That's going to be very much required. And yeah, I think I was kind of thinking about it yesterday already, but what I think I will do in this region here is I'll set up a huge amount of warehouses and such, and there's going to be the railway that is going to be kind of connecting to those. That's going to be kind of a distribution center for a lot of the areas here, and from there they might be taking a lot of stuff down this way as well. It's going to be a long trip, of course, but it might be worth it. I mean, technically we could use or set up another railway, or like a rail station somewhere around here, where we would be able to unload stuff, possibly. We'll have to think about that. Yeah, the roads look pretty clear. This one's still importing coal, unfortunately. What about this one? Ooh, it's going to be importing coal really soon. Right, so I think for the next winter, if we want to avoid importing coal, we need to make sure that the roads over here are clear. And that would be helped quite a bit by building the technical services here, but that would be a lot of investing in, well, at least a little bit investing in steel and such to get it built. Right, so over here, we still need a lot of concrete. I'm guessing both of the concrete mixers already stopped in here, and yeah, that's one, and the second one's probably about, yeah, it's over here. So both of them have been located. At some point a third concrete mixer might not be a bad idea. Hey, we're less than a month away from the, actually we're like maybe 3 weeks away from the snow melting away. So that's good. We can do a lot more work. And have we got on any of the gravel here yet? No, but it's a little bit of it is heading this way. Did we get We do have, we got both the excavators here and the bulldozer there. Nice if the building could have a small module upgrade to say, hey, have a bit more export-import storage, like 25% for a bit more price in materials can be done after the finish of the construction. Yeah, that would be handy. That's bringing in more crops, and that is the crop ship. Bringing in more crops. How much do we have? No crops there. Probably we have a tiny bit of crops there. Can't store more food though. Got a lot of firefighters there. Got some workers at the processing plant, although, well, actually there was a little bit extra room there. Because there was a truck just getting some coal. Taking it to the power plant. But yeah, I mean, for the power plant, the 100 tons is not bad. Like, you can go on with that for quite a while. How much have we imported coal this year? 73 tons. It's less than 5,000 rubles total, but if we actually... We made 114,000 profit this year, total. But with the loan payments and such, it's actually... pretty much breaking even. Yeah, we did have the oil and bitumen exports now. So that kind of helped there. Again, as soon as we get the harbor here, which is actually going to take a while with only 2 concrete mixers, because they can bring in only 12 tons each, so that's 24 tons per trip for the both of them. Have we gotten any more workers around here, though? That one has been worked a little bit on again, and that's been worked... Actually, no, it hasn't been worked on right now. And that one hasn't been worked, so I'm guessing the buses are taking people to different places right now. We'd get the road completed there, so if we want to, we could start on this one, but I don't actually want to start on that one. We need to focus on getting the concrete where it's needed. Over here we're getting some travel there, we are getting the bulldozer here, and a bit more gravel. That's probably heading for refuel, isn't it? Oh yes, it is. Now then, what else are we constructing right now? So we got the harbour, we got the engine and transfer, we got the road, 2 conveyor belts, factory connection, and 2 of the roads. Hold on, so what are the roads? We started upgrading one of the roads at the city here, which is probably getting some... Well, actually no, it doesn't have workers yet. It does, however, have an excavator heading this way. It's already over there. We should be able to upgrade that soon. And I think what I'll do is, actually, I'll upgrade this road as well soon. Just so that it looks a little bit better. And actually, there's a lot of things that we could be upgrading around here. Sooner or later. Oh, and we have gotten a little bit exports again. By the looks of it. So where are... I'm pretty sure that... Oh, there's a concrete mixer there. We'll be able to do a tiny bit more work again. Yeah, we'll need another 46 tons of steel. How much do we have around here? 57, so technically, once we got on the harbour done, we could build this one. And that would allow us to cut down the time to do the export, so we can probably cut down one of the trucks away. Okay, and that is going for more exports. We don't actually have any ship there, so that's fine. And that will be going for more exports as well. We do have 200 tons of crops here at the grain storage near the harbour, and 23 tons at the food factory. But not too shabby. Oh. Okay, so the concrete mixer, now where they meet, it was down to 1 ton of concrete. Well, it's a good thing that we're actually using the concrete, but, you know, it's not getting it here quickly enough. Well, I think I'm gonna risk potentially crashing the game again by speeding up. Because we've already been going for 1.5 hours and we've gone... Well, we did start at 12th of November, I suppose, but... You know, I want to get a little bit faster here. So that we can get the coal exports going. And we can test if it crashes again soon. Then it's probably because of the speed. It just can't handle it, and we might need to lower down some of the details on the game, maybe. Not the end of the world, of course, but slightly unfortunate. Where are you heading? You're heading for the harbour. Oh, and we're not far away from... Well, we can actually start farming again. And this one's actually working. Does need a bit more gravel, though. I'll reduce the number of people it has to generate with a bit less heating. I mean, that might work. But yeah, having played this save with the speed 2 primarily, the speed 1 was just so sluggish in comparison with the vehicles and all that. Actually, what I might do is game settings, general settings. Let's go autosave interval 5 minutes. So we'll at most lose 5 minutes of gameplay, so it should be better. Have we gotten... No, we still haven't worked any more on that one. How many vehicles? Oh god, we still got pretty much all the buses heading this way. I mean, to be fair, we're also getting the mixers this way. Although, speaking of the mixers, there's... Oh, one is already here. And the second one is probably around there. Oh, I think the snow is melting. Looking at the road there, it seems to be clearing out a tiny bit. Well, no, not quite yet. It can still only go at 38, the truck over here on the asphalt road, so no, it's not quite yet. Soon. Yeah, one more week. It should be fine. That's another 12 tons of concrete here. We don't actually have anyone working there right now. Well, we do have some heading this way, pretty sure. We'll get the concrete there soon. There we go, we got 7 workers, and they're probably going to use all the concrete rather soon, and we'll be getting another 7 most likely. Yeah, there we go, so there's 14 of them. And I suspect that the concrete is gone before the trucks get even close. Okay, so we can follow this one. They got almost to the food factory area. Or around there, and then run out of concrete again. Still has quite a bit to go to reach the concrete manufactory. Or concrete plant, or whatever it's called again. I tend to forget. Okay, we're down to 700,000. Okay, that's not great. What are our biggest expenditures this year? I suspect It is, well, probably loan payments and then crops. I mean, crops is 87,000 of the 157,000. Plus there's the delivery cost, of course, on top of that. But actually, last year we did manage to shave off about 6,000, 6,500 from the delivery costs from the previous year. That's at least a tiny bit of savings. Also, well, the imports we didn't actually save much because we had to import so much steel. If we didn't have to import steel and mechanical components for 500,000, then it would have been a lot better situation. Oh, and now the snow is melting. If we look at this, yes, it can go on full speed ahead. Well, almost full speed ahead. There we go. That should get things moving. Right, so we need more asphalt here. We should be getting that soon. And we got another 3 ships here waiting for more exports, which is a bit unfortunate that they need to arrive just at the same time every time, but what can you do? Right, so we're already running out of concrete. I mean, we did probably get a little bit faster or further this time. Oh yeah, it's already got on another load of concrete. Stop one for a little while. Possibly, but at the same time we do still need the crops imports. You know what? What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go to the Soviet borders and bring in more crops in the meanwhile. Gonna be a bit extra cost, but that should get us a little bit extra time separation in there. And we got another 2 ships moving in with crops there. So we got all the ships in here. How are we doing in terms of the bitumen and oil? Almost 1,400 tons of oil and 77 tons of bitumen, which means that there's nothing there. Do we need it more for the asphalt here? Not right now. Eventually, yes, but so far we're alright. Oh, that's going for exports. 33 tons. Or 33,000 and 37,000. That's another 70,000. We need a bit more concrete here, and then we're going to need the steel and mechanical components. We need 2 trips with the mixers, and then the entire armada of open hull trucks will need to be moving again. But we haven't been working a lot on here, have we? Nope. Looks like they've been only providing workers for this. Got the trucks waiting there. Both of these ships are moving in. We don't have any crops there. We got 90 tons of crops here at the food factory. We would probably stop the livestock imports over here for the time being. That's going to save us a tiny bit of cash. Did we... We did upgrade the road there. Good. You know what, I will upgrade that gravel road there, and then we'll upgrade this next one. How's the meat? Ooh. Could be better, but at the same time now during summer it should be built a little bit faster. As long as we make sure that there's crops in here. We got plenty of livestock at here actually. Which means that we have plenty of meat here waiting. It's just a matter of getting the truck here in time. Should be leaving soon this way. Or is it? It is this one. That's dropping out of another 3 tons. Almost got excited to hear, but nope, it's not quite ready yet. Yeah, it just needs the steel and such, but yeah, now we don't need the concrete mixers there. Don't actually need the concrete mixers on any residential in... Okay, it's right next to the fire station again. Ooh, it's actually spreading rather quickly there, but it's under control. There we go. Is that's been under fire? Let's actually upgrade that road there. But yeah, there's been a decent bit of progress on this. We got some components, we got a fair bit of steel there. Now the question is, are we going to use the components quicker than what we can bring them in there? And I suspect that's probably the case. Now we run out of components. Where is the component truck right now? It's over here. It's going for refuel. Now it should be heading for the warehouse. Yeah, seems to be the case. Alright, yeah, we did upgrade all of these roads. It took a while. At some point we may need to get a bit bigger truck for that, but at the same time we don't use it all that often, in fairness. Oh, and we have started sowing the fields. Already growing. These are under... Actually, I think these are pretty quick tractors, aren't they? Like, I'm pretty sure that they are faster than the ones that we had before in their work speed. Of course, there's nothing over there yet because this is going to take a while to grow. Should be able to get the harvest at some point though. And that's going to be another 34,000 to be exported. Okay, getting a bit more components again. Still need more steel as well. Let's actually follow this truck. See how far we can get before we run out. It doesn't have any workers right now, but that's going to be fixed soon. Vehicle doesn't have a huge speed. But we are using the back road here. Yeah, I think getting the road behind the distillery wouldn't be a bad idea. That would cut down some of the travel time here. Oh, they've got 46 workers at the... Okay. Should be able to reach at least the warehouse before we run out. We're already set off back, but not quite got... we didn't get out of the yard over there, but we did start moving before we ran out. At the same time, that was mostly because there were no workers while we got the components here. We almost have all the steel. We only need 720 workdays. Have we been getting... Oh! We have done a little bit of work on that conveyor belt. A little bit of work on that one. Oh, we did get the small conveyor belt here completed. Nice. On the other hand, we are running a bit low on cash. Less than 600,000 now. Yeah, we're getting more components there. That's going to be another 2.3 tons, I believe. Yep. I suppose I could lower the workers there, but it's just the vehicles have been already assigned to bring in the stuff here, so all the workers in here, so they'd probably still be heading this way, but I suppose I could lower it a tiny bit. Go to 47. We just need to get a bit more components, so it takes 2 trips with the truck. And thanks for the hydrate. Good reminder, I've been walking quite a bit again. But I suppose that's half of the course. Right, so over here we still need to do a fair bit of work on the conveyor belt and on the transfer, but I think we can get these done during April. I don't think we can quite finish them before April, but during, definitely. Actually, what I think, once we have... Oh, actually, something that I should probably check out is... okay, we have gotten a fair bit of coal again over there, and a fair bit over here. How much was the ship? We already have it, so we don't need to worry about the price. But it was about 600,000, I believe. Like, I think it was 597,000. And I knew that the price would be going up constantly, so I just decided to, when I took the loan last, near the end of the last stream, I just decided to buy the ship immediately. So that we didn't have to worry about that price anymore. Oh man, it's almost completed. Just need a bit more components. I wonder if we... Oh, we are gonna get 2 microbuses heading this way. What about this one? Oh, quite a bit actually. So this one's... the transfer's gonna get finished soon. Bus heading there. As soon as we get these built, I will probably start upgrading some of this road here. So that we can get the coastal road upgraded all the way. Because we now do have the alternative road around here. Which means that we can at least get to that one, but it's not going to be easy road to be fair. Also, let's have a look at the land here. We've still got 13 tons of bitumen. Oh! We have done the first bit of the road. Great Northern Road, so we started working on the next one. That's going to require a lot of travel at this point. Which we can actually load up quite a bit faster now. Let's have a look. How quick is that? It's like 2 seconds with the faster speed. Of course, that's a rather low capacity. At some point we do need to upgrade those trucks to have a bit higher capacity, but right now we'll just make do. Okay, that's going for the... Right, so we got these 2 ships again in here. That's bringing in more crops. But that's technically a 3rd ship. Oh, we got the resources, just need a bit more workers. Because we've got both the cranes there. Oh, and we got the transfer completed. Or the engine. That should be alright. As this is completed. Needs a bit more workers and it's gonna go rather quickly. And actually, I can probably get this one ready. As soon as that's completed, I'm gonna set it up to go there. Come on. So load coal, wait until loaded, and then beyond the Soviet borders, and unload anything. There we go, and start. Now, we do need to set up this... Oh, right, that's a lot of fuel there. Where is the truck that brings the fuel? Of course, we're going to use this to find it. Right, so actually, instead of that one, we'll now go over here and unload the fuel. And we'll get rid of that connection. Or that stop there. Because the Crops Harbor doesn't use that much fuel anymore. It's most of the time full, and we've got 300 tons of crops here. Ooh. Engine is actually being poopy and can only watch on 160p, so I'm gonna have to audio describe the game. Fair enough. That's fine by me. So we got the aggregate loading harbor completed. We got the ship already heading this way, so we should be able to start exporting the coal in very near future. And where's the ship currently? It's near... Ooh, right, it has pretty high speed. It has 14 knots of speed, which is about 3 times what is the river cargo ships. Which means that that's going to be a lot of exports. Especially this is the closest harbor that we have towards the border, at least to the west there. We're about to hit 8,000 population. Oh, right, we... Oh, yes. We got the connection completed. But it's time to start upgrading the road here. Do 2 at a time. Since it's summertime, I don't think we need to worry about the coal usage as much. Marvelous companies, as far as you can see, very happy workers going into the factories to work on the now darkened sky. I mean, the glorious blue sky of the Republic. Well, I mean, we're not burning more coal, we're just exporting the coal so the others can enjoy the dark skies. A lot of extra fuel there, good. New vehicle type T148. Ooh, let's actually have a look. How good is that? Because it looks pretty much the same as the ones that we've been using. So if we have a look at, for example, the covered hull, it has the same capacity but higher max speed, I think. Probably higher engine power as well. Let's actually have a look. Do we have any of those around here right now? Not really, not on that road at least. I don't think any of them travel this far. Okay. February 21st is now that Luna 20 lands on the moon. Russia facts. Thank you for that. It's a year of a lot of things. How much coal have we loaded already? It's getting pretty full. Already 700 tons. And it's already over 30,000 rubles worth of exports. This one's has plenty of extra room, so we might want to get another bus bringing in workers for this. Although we got plenty of coal ore here waiting. We did load up some of the fuel here. And it's already leaving. It didn't fill up entirely, but that's 44,000 rubles. I think that's going to be pretty good. Man, look at that boat go. Glorious 14 knots of speed. That's actually the fastest ship that we currently have. And in the meanwhile, this is filling up quite nicely. If we have a look at the economic situation right now, will the storage fill up? We can keep that open there. I'm pretty sure that it will. We move out down this way. So if we have a look at this year's total stats, we still have a profit of about 50,000 in theory, but at the same time we have gone down in money by 300,000. We're paying about 100,000 for the loans per month right now. I'm pretty sure that it will fill up at least sufficiently. Although, let's actually have a look. That one's still keeping full. It's just a matter of can we process it quick enough, and we are processing it rather quickly. And we have not exported the coal quite yet. Be able to see that soon though. Actually, can we see... Oh yeah, it's already over there, so it's going to be just a few more days and we get the export. But we already got another like 500 or 600 tons of coal during the time it got that far. Oh, we're getting the coal exports now. I'm not entirely sure how many trips can we do per month. Probably about one per month, isn't it? Like, it still takes quite a few days to travel there. Or like about a week at least. It's going to take some time to unload everything. And then it's going to take a fair bit of time to load up again. This should certainly help in the situation here. Of course, until the price of coal drops dramatically. We're getting some food and alcohol exports there again. Yeah, alcohol is still the most valuable. It's about, well, it's not quite as much as oil and food combined, but not far off really. And still getting the coal exports there. Already over 30,000. I don't think we'll be hitting quite 500,000 yet, but one trip a month sounds right, and if the coal fills back up in its entirety, it means it can work endlessly to give that amount each month. More or less, yeah. Still exporting that. Oh, and it's already heading back. And yeah, the coal storage is almost full. Like, sure enough, we've been using a little bit, of course, with the upgrade of the road here, it's slowing down the amount of coal that we're loading up on trucks right now because the travel time. But at the same time, once we get these roads upgraded, that's gonna speed up things again. Right, I suppose we could start working on the cargo station here again. Another thing that I could do... Will I need this road as soon as I have that? Not necessarily. Well, no, I would need it for that, wouldn't I? But the car can go around that way if need be. Okay, what I'm thinking is I might move the road from here to connect to that one and then that one. So it's a bit more natural way, and then over from here to there. Actually, I've probably built that road already. And then I can probably connect all the way there, and then connect maybe to that one. Slowly but surely we do want to upgrade most of these roads. And there's a bit more asphalt here. Means that the road is being built faster. Oh, they already built the other side. And this ship is about to hit here, and the storage is definitely full. So yes, we can expect quite a bit of exports of coal per year. The question is, will the price of coal be dropping? Let's have a look at this year. It did drop a little bit already. It's probably going to drop quite a bit, but I suspect that we'll be able to still make about 40,000 per trip for the time being. We have gotten a bit more fuel here, so that's good. Means that once this is refueling, we should have still plenty of extra. It is actually not refueling yet. Okay, so the voltage is having a bit of a problem here, so we might have... Oh, yeah, this is running pretty much as it can. We may need to get another electricity output somewhere around there. Fire where did we have a fire? Cargo station... Oh, right, yeah, the cargo harbor at Zagreb. Another vehicle available. That was the cargo harbor burning. So that's going pretty quick. And it's already going off again. Wait, okay, now it's about 43,000, so the price has kind of dropped. But we're gonna at least make a decent bit of money before it drops too much. And even then, it's gonna have to drop a lot before it's not worth it selling there. Right, did we... We have started working on that one. And the farms have all been... Yeah, they are all growing. Have a look at this. Some of them have grown quite a bit already. Not too shabby. It's only May. As soon as we have this, then the... Consumes like 3 tons of fuel per trip. As long as it makes 1,000, it's profitable. Yeah, more or less. Oh, and it's already over here, so we... Hold on, so how much that's... This has 37,000, almost 38,000, and that's 42,000, so that's about 80,000 in those two ships alone. So look at the yearly stats now, in terms of money. So we're back to making about 100,000 in profit. We haven't gotten more oil exports yet, have we? Not really, although this is about to leave. Oh, and the oil price has been going up again. Interesting. I wonder if it's because we have been importing it that has been driving the price up or something. This one has already over 200 tons of bitumen there. I wonder, do we need bitumen? No, we don't necessarily need bitumen here yet. As soon as we go too low, yeah, from 98,000 to 120,000, that is quite an increase. How much? We got a lot of crops there. Got a bit extra crops there. That is bringing another 136. This is going to load up exports again. Oh, we got the roller here, so that means that we'll have the road upgraded soon. I don't want to get rid of this bit of road here quite yet. As soon as we have that one completed and transfer the trucks to go over there instead, so that there's not necessarily going anything through here other than maybe... Actually no, the buses would be going on this side to there. But there's actually not going to be anything in here. Other than, well, the coal trucks would be. As a matter of fact. Alright, and I'm pretty sure that we got a fair bit of exports again. Still getting the coal exports there. But just this month we've already made 70,000 profit, and it's only 8th of May. Of course, it's gonna get worse over time because we will be importing with a steady speed. So far this year, we used 48,000 in imports, and at the same time last year we used 121, so it's not that bad, about on par, despite the prices going up steadily. I think we might be making a little bit of money this year, and that means that we can maybe get rid of some of the loans at some point. Actually, I think if we can manage keeping things in order so that we could perhaps take another 5-year loan. Currently the interest rate would be pretty bad. But if we could do, even with a higher interest rate, if we could pay off 2 of the loans with that and make sure that we are still gaining money with the coal export, that means that we'd be using 400,000 less per year for the payments of the loan itself. Of course, the interest would be a tiny bit higher, so we wouldn't be saving... Well, actually, we would still be saving at least a little bit of money there, even on the interest payments. Okay, and this one's heading back. Let's just make sure that the coal storage... Yeah, it's full. Okay. Let's have a look at the coal exports. We can see there's 2 spikes there. Actually, if we have a look at total exports this year, we can see those spikes quite clearly. And I'm pretty sure that the oil ship has left. Yes, it has. Right there. That's going to be another, yeah, 127,000 rubles. That's not bad. I think we may have fixed our economy to a certain degree. As soon as we can get rid of some of the loans, it means that we can then use our money for, well, I mean, we still need to be importing a lot of stuff and so forth, but we can then start using to get the stuff that we need to get autarky, essentially. Okay, let's have a look. How much is it going to refuel? It takes quite a bit of fuel. 5 tons. Yeah, so I think what we do need, we need to set up another power over there. I think we can kind of manage, although, well, if we go along this side, it shouldn't be too bad. So what I'm thinking about is setting up a substation right here. Yeah, 5 tons over 2 trips isn't too bad, really. Like, I think we can manage that. Anyway, we'll build that one. Got connection there. Build that. And we will actually insta-build that. Because we don't have the electronic components. And I think we need to get pretty much as big of a wire as we can from here. Over there, then over here. There we go. So that's basically as little of the post around here as we can. That's going to be another 9,000. I think I'm going to pay that immediately. That means that we'll be able to get steady flow of electricity here, which means that we can unload or load the ship quicker. And in the long run, that's going to be much, much better. Also means that this one can probably keep on working. But yeah, that's another 40,000, isn't it? Yeah, and it's now 40,000, so the price is dropping quite dramatically. But at the same time, if we drop the coal price all the way down, so even if we need to import it during winter, we'll be not paying a lot for it. Let's just put it that way. I believe we are getting the oil exports right now. Indeed we are. Have a look. This year, we still haven't quite reached 200,000 in profit, but at the same time, if we have a look at last year's total, in a bit less than 5 months, we are about on par with the speed of a half a year. It should be alright. Actually, how much do we still have loans? It's about 4.5 million. So we've actually, since we started at 5 million this year, we have paid a fair bit of the loans. Of course, we have lost a little bit of money, like 300,000 in the process there. Well, our total cash reserves, but we are slowly regaining it. Is this ship? It has 11,000 right now. Second one is already entering the port. We actually do have a decent bit of crops there and a little bit over there, and should be getting the harvests in due time. I mean, I believe at the start of August is when it's going to start happening. We should be able to harvest them rather quickly with our 5 harvesters now. Especially since those harvesters are relatively quick and very good to feed. Both work speed and the harvesting speed, and I think we just got the export from another alcohol shipment, essentially. Still getting the export from both coal and oil. Wait, this is the second coal export this month. I haven't set up a truck directly there, but it is set up as a source. So technically these trucks over here will be taking it from there to either here or here. Which means that those trucks are going to be quite busy for a while. Oh hey, we got this one. Right, how about... got a new stop there. And... load... well, we'll go with food on that one. Actually, we can load food or alcohol. We're gonna have like 3 trucks bringing food or alcohol, and then we're gonna have another truck that will be getting the alcohol from the distillery over here. So what we'll do is I will actually delete that stop now. Then we'll open up that one. So that's taking vodka from the warehouse and takes it to the harbor. We are going to copy the schedule for that one. And this one's taking the vodka to the pubs. Needs to wait. Oh, right, it does need that. Oh, wait, loaded rather. Yeah, that was correct. What you said there. So, copy that again. Is this one... that's taking the food to the warehouse and that's unloading some of the alcohol there. Okay, so is that one... that one is one of the export trucks. So copy the schedule for that one. There should be a third one somewhere. I'll have to probably find it. I mean, we know that there's that one. Is it... oh, it's this one. This is just heading for refuel, isn't it? Like, load up anything. Right, so... copy the line there. There we go, so we got 4 of them. Oh, actually, wasn't that? That was 3 of them, and then we got one over there. We may have an extra truck now. We just need to locate it at some point. Oh, we can actually... oh, man, we're gonna have a lot of trucks in here at the same time. We're gonna have 4 of them. Technically, all of them can be unloading over there, or loading over there at the same time if need be. Right, so you're the livestock one. You're going to the cargo station, so that's good. You go to the cargo station. Go to the cargo station. Those 4 are the ones that we kind of do need there. Hold on. Are we... oh, right. Those ones also go for the cargo station. You know what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set up once you've unloaded there, I'm gonna give you new orders. Because now we technically have 5 trucks, but we don't necessarily need 5 trucks anymore. Right, so what you are going to do is... they're not... oh, right, you do need to have something there. Right, so you go to the distillery, load up all the alcohol you can, and probably wait until loaded. Although I don't think that's going to be necessary, because it's either going to be full or it's not going to be full. And waiting there for extra is not necessarily required. Right, and then after the distillery you go to the warehouse and you unload anything. Then we can get rid of that stop and that stop. There we go, so we should be able to get a bit more vodka in here. Got a decent bit of food there. Next to this. I suspect that these ships are now going to be filled a lot quicker, so that means that we'll be able to export stuff faster. Oh, we got over 500,000 now. Also, the ship is out again, and this one's already almost full. Oh, it's just returning. Okay, good. The oil ship is also returning. How much does the bitumen ship have here? 276 tons. Do we need bitumen over here yet? We kind of do. I doubt we have a truck ready for that yet. No, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to send this one out again. Just so that we can get the bitumen. I mean, that's still going to be 77,000. There's actually a second set of exports this year of bitumen. Right, we've already done all the gravel for... Okay, that was quick. Now we're getting the asphalt in here. I mean, it still needs 200 tons. It's not a small amount. I suppose, do we... We barely have any steel. Although, how many things are we building right now? There's a road. Well, that explains why there's nothing else. Okay. I think it's time to get another house here. So that's going to require a lot of materials. We're going to have to import some steel, but we don't need to do that quite yet. We are on the green for sure, yeah. Already at... Ooh, 300,000 in profit already. Of course, with all the payments and such, it's still not quite... Oh, fire, where's that? Distillery is on fire. Oh no. Do we have workers over here? Oh yes, we got full... Okay, so it's not too bad then. Especially since we built that road, it actually cut the corners a little bit. Right, do we still have a lot of traffic through here? Not really. And fire extinguished. Excellent. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to cancel this road here. And I'm going to build the gravel road there. And there. And construct that. Everything can still get through, it's just going to be a bit of a detour right now. But after that we can get rid of that one there. Also, we should probably build the road down this way. And we can build that road. Should be alright. So technically it's going to make the road from the cargo to the harbor a little bit longer. Should be alright, and all these trucks are waiting here. A little bit of exports. Each and every one of them. Since the loading time is now a lot smaller because all of them can get there in at the same time if need be. Oh, and the coal ship has left. Already over there. We've got 1,300 tons of coal, but I don't think it's going to be a problem because the unloading takes probably more time than the traveling. Almost at 500,000 still. That's good. How are the farms doing? Not too far from harvest, at least some of the big fields. Wasn't not quite there yet. Because we got a ship coming in here. Let's actually have a look. How long does it take for it to be filled with the current system? Right, and we might have a problem with the crops around here again. Means that we don't have a lot of livestock to export. Need to wait for it to actually enter the harbor. Another ship coming in from there. I suspect once we clear out these roads here, we should be able to fit in the warehouse over here if need be. Although I'm not sure if we need to at this point. I mean, technically it would be alright. Well, actually, now that I think of it... Yeah, I'm not going to do that. But if we were to make this as a bridge... Like, right now, if we were to put in the harbor there, I mean, technically... If we had the warehouse here, we might be able to connect it through here, although I don't think it's going to be the best idea. But yeah, if we had a bridge through there, we could potentially connect some of these things under there. But at the same time, like, I don't think we need to, really. It was, I think it was 13th or 14th of June when it entered the port. It's going to be off soon, I think, because the trucks are just going through... Oh, right, some of them went to refuel, didn't they? Well, there's at least one truck bringing goods here, so it should be alright. We'll have a look. How quickly is that one truck going to fill this? Probably not very quickly, but... Oh, bollocks, I just realized something. I should have made these out of asphalt right away. I suppose I can do that later. Okay, now we got the extra trucks. The reinforcements have arrived. That's almost empty. New vehicle type. New bus. Alright then. Been in the harbor at least 5 days now. It's almost full. Like 60 something in alcohol and food and another 4 tons in livestock, so that means that it's almost ready to go. I think 1 or 2 more trucks and it's ready. There we go. So it took about 6 days to be built there. That's not too bad. And did we get this one filled up? Oh yeah, we did. I wonder how much it's going to be now, and how quickly is it going to fill up now that they got plenty of electricity? I presume they have. They seem to have, yeah. Around 5 days per ship. Yeah, fair. Well, now it's filling at least with steady speed, so that's good. Already at 20,000. There's still going to be about 40,000. Okay, 39 and 400, but it's not quite full. It's missing 12 tons. But it'll usually put it at 99% load. But yeah, that's still good. I mean, oh man, almost a 600,000 there for a moment. We've done a 400,000 profit this year already. Damn. And the loans are going down in size. Not enough so that we could actually pay off 2 of them at the same time, but oh well. I mean, we did take a fair bit of time, like it was sometime in April when we got that up and running. Yeah, true, the harvest will reduce the imports a little bit more. Speaking of which, that's not too far away. Right, we still haven't upgraded this road. I mean, I suppose I could upgrade that bit of road there. And get the road connection through here. Although I do want to upgrade these roads before I actually reconnect that. So I can actually start upgrading that already. Potentially upgrade this side of the road as well. And actually even that one. Because there's the road going in between, so it will allow access there. That's nice. How is the construction over here doing? Still missing some resources for the groundworks. We'll get that done. And actually, at this point, I'm gonna import 28 tons of steel. No more, no less. It's still pretty high price per ton. That will allow us to build the house, that will allow our population to grow a little bit and so forth, so it's gonna be good. Oh, we're getting double crops here now. Which is good because we've run out of crops and there's... Oh, there's... Ooh, we've used actually quite a bit of food here. At least we got a lot of alcohol. And that is a lot of crops, which means that all the trucks from here are now leaving. Actually, don't think I need... Well, no, I do need that road right now. How much food and meat are on the storage right now? Good question. We got 56 tons of meat at the storage there, so that's been going up, and there's actually no food here, so that's bad. Why is there no food there? Is it because there's not been... Well, no. They should be loading the food from here, shouldn't they? Hold on a minute. Because there's a food truck here. That's not having a problem. Have we imported much food? Good question. Let's have a look at this year's... Oh, that's the wrong button. This year's that's 27,000 rubles worth, 80 tons. So it's been a steady small import there. We might need a third truck bringing the food back. Wait a minute, didn't you... Oh right, no, that's the one taking it to the shopping center. That one is bringing food though. Actually have a look, how much... How high speed can we actually reach on this once we reaches the... Well, actually we can look at this. Because getting the next truck with the, what was it, T148 or something like that, it would actually allow us to go a tiny bit quicker, at least on the bridge. And it would have the same capacity and all that. I think I'm going to buy one of those. Cover toll. This one is rather expensive, to be fair. T148, yeah. We'll buy that one. And assign to the line of warehouse, Sacred Warehouse, good. And launch. Because now we can afford doing small investments like that every now and then. We got a little bit of work done on these roads here. Oh, and the coal ship is returning again. How much have we made money from coal this year? Oh man, we're already at 1.1 million. Coal is actually only 200,000. It's a 200,000 extra, so that's not bad. Plus the fact that we're now getting the shipments ready a bit faster. Which is certainly helping. Okay, there's no crops there. Running a bit low on crops here. Is the growth... Ooh! Already 95% of some of the smaller ones. Or one of the smaller ones. And 93 on... Okay. We're gonna get the harvest soon. How much is the 2,000 tons ship of crops worth? The price? It would be 1.275. So yeah, 1.2 million. Almost 1.3 right now. But the shipment itself... hold on, how much is it? Hold on, I lost track of it. So, 2,064 tons of crops. Getting out the calculator again. And price for crops, buy price is 53.27. So that would be over 100,000, about 110,000. Getting from on top of the 650,000. That one is the one for steel and wood and such. It's basically open hull. So that wouldn't be able to bring in crops. But yeah, the price of the crops itself for the ship would be about 110,000. Which is quite a bit. Yeah, it would make quite a bit for it to... I mean, I think it does have a bit higher speed at least. It would be more regular. Hold on again. It has 9 knots of speed, whereas the ones we use now are 5 knots, so it would be almost double the speed. Right, so over here we are doing a pretty good job. We still need a little bit more. Okay, that road is just completed. What about this road? Still needs a bit more asphalt. Says that it needs gravel, but it doesn't actually need. Yeah, it would take a long while. But at some point it might be worth it. Just so that there'd be a steady flow of crops, because it, essentially as soon as it's empty, these two would probably be full for a while, and probably enough time for it to go back and get another shipment. Possibly, but still, each shipment would cost quite a bit, and our economy is not quite strong enough for that. Though, actually, let's start building the technical services here. We don't have the resources to actually build it yet, but we can get the groundwork done. Actually, can I... technically, I'm going to upgrade this road to asphalt. At some point I'd like to upgrade that bit as well, but I can at least upgrade that one so there's a bit less gravel road to get to there. I mean, these trucks can barely go over the speed limit of gravel roads, but it's still a little bit increase. Right, so the food factory has a lot of workers, just not a lot of crops waiting there. Well, we got 137 tons there, and how we started... we started harvesting. And we're already taking all of the crops from there. We do have at least one, well, about 2 truck worth of crops here waiting. Or let's say 1.5. That was a 10-ton crop. At least we're getting the harvest. And that means that we'll have some crops here that will be delivered. Hopefully. I reckon it's going to be, as soon as this is empty, it will start prioritizing getting the stuff from here. So far there's nothing heading this way. It's harvesting season indeed. Man, we got 700 hours with the price. Blimey. Another train set. Right, so have we... Those were the only 2 ones that were ready so far. As soon as we get the big fields, then there's going to be plenty of demand for them. Are they seriously not sending anyone in here? Oh no, there's now a truck coming in. Where is it taking it though? Taking to the... grain storage. Alright then. I mean, it's better than nothing. Gonna allow us to build more or get more livestock produced. Head down to 450,000 though again. Although this is back here. Ships over here are filling up again. Oh, that's already 1,600 tons. Not too shabby. At some point, do we still have the extra steel there? We have some steel there, I'm not sure if we have extra. I have started complete or constructing this though. Oh right, yeah, we're waiting for the prefab panels, which should be on their way. Yeah, we've gotten a little bit of food over here again. I think the extra truck really helped. Although, speaking of food, how much do we have waiting here? A little bit. I think we're mostly taking a bit more food over here than we probably should, but it's still exports. And actually, since we got those upgraded, we could upgrade this road here. Maybe even upgrade this into a small gravel road. Now then, how we start it? Oh yes, the harvesting season has begun here. How many of the harvesters? So those were the ones that we already harvested. There's currently 3 fields that need harvesting. Gonna be more soon. We got the big fields and one of the small ones somewhere. Probably one of these 3. According to this one. Okay, so it's that one. Fair enough. Slowly getting more crops, so we did actually transport all the crops from there, from the smaller fields. That is good. But at least the trucks at the distribution center have something to do while there's nothing in this grain storage. Well, until winter hits. What if we got another... Yeah, there's gonna be soon another quite a few smaller fields and actually a big field as well that we can start harvesting. I don't think it's gonna have a huge impact, because I don't think a lot of it's going to distillery, and distillery is the one that is importing directly, and then the ships will be bringing the crops anyway, so that doesn't change a lot. But it will technically allow us to produce a bit more of these two, so it should help in the long run. And we got all 3 here. Right, there's a lot of ships coming this way, but yeah, that is how it's supposed to be. Actually, let's have a look. Okay, that has a lot of fuel in there. Good. Another boss. We've done a little bit of work on the ground there. Now we need prefab panels in here. I suppose I could check the... Like, if we have a look at this year's crops import, it hasn't had an effect there. I think it's quite safe to say. Right, but our total profit over the course of this year has already been almost 500,000, and the total... Oh man. Total exports is only start of August, and we're about at the same numbers as we were last year. Like, there's 1 or 2 shipments away from getting to the same numbers, and then we'll have another few months to get ahead of that. So I think we will be hitting about 1.7 million in exports at least. And which are we exporting now? Food and alcohol. A little bit of livestock as well. 1 million 700,000 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 as well. 1 So is this one is probably going to do another shipment, isn't it? Yeah, I think so. Also, how much? Okay, we could use a bit more coal here, actually. Also, did we use all the steel? We still got 10 tons, which means that we haven't used all the steel yet for the house here. Though we are only needing a bit more. It's a lot better than I expected. Although they're probably bringing mostly prefab panels right now, so I'm going to use a fair bit. And thanks for the hydrate. Actually, I need to fill up my glass first. There we go. Right, so we're still... Oh, right, we've got one of the cranes here. And we are getting more of the panels now. That's good. How is the road doing, actually? Just out of curiosity. Have they done a decent bit of work on it? Like, there's still going to be work to be done, but yeah, it's getting pretty far. Already to the stone patch there. I think I might actually work on the woodcutting post again. Because I think, if my calculations are correct, we have just enough steel to complete that one. Oh, and there's harvesting going over there. These three have been harvested. There was a fire. At the oh my. At the university there was a fire. Okay, and these are still harvesting the big ones. But now that we've got 5 harvesters, we can harvest all the big ones at the same time if need be. Plus do the small ones, so that will be very good in the long run. And with the higher truck capacity and the higher truck speeds, well, higher truck speeds, especially due to the road here, would be alright. Experiments gone wrong, that's why capitalism fails. More or less, I suppose. And that's bringing in more crops, good. Actually, how much do we have here? We got 150 tons waiting here. I reckon there's probably going to be a lot of trucks going back and forth again, and we got 200 tons there. Getting filled at least very slowly. Another open car design, okay. That's more train stuff. As soon as we get that one, I think we can get rid of these roads here. Because it's going to be quicker to use this road anyway. Although, actually, let's start upgrading that road now. Now, I doubt there's any way for me to get a road under that one. Just gonna make sure. Technically... Oh, now you say the crossing is not allowed. No, but that is allowed. Okay, but that's... No, it's not gonna work. That would have been alternate road over here, although we don't actually need to get into this area here. Now that I think of it. How are we doing in terms of coal? We still got plenty, and the ship is probably... actually currently exporting. Yeah, if the footpath is moved a bit, it would technically work. I mean, I'm not entirely sure if we need that footpath there necessarily. Actually, yeah, there's a reason why it's there. But if we upgrade that one, we might not need it anymore. That's mostly just to allow the people to get to work at the processing facility while we were going to upgrade that one. But yeah, we could take that one out. And then we'd probably be able to do the road through there. We'd need to get through this one though, and that would be maybe a small problem. But again, I'm not entirely sure if we need to get in here per se. But we do need to upgrade that road, then get rid of this road and build a new road through here. Still a little bit work to do on these though. At least on that road. Although I think at this point we can probably get rid of at least that road. And that should still work perfectly fine. As the North Road, it should be doing pretty well. Missing a bit more asphalt, like 97 tons. But they've done a decent bit of work today. Like, we started from around here, I believe, with laying the asphalt, and then we got here, then we did all the way there with the gravel, and now we about halfway. Actually, no, it's about 60% done. And I think we got the house completed. Yes, we did. How far can they actually reach? They can reach most of the things. Do we have enough bitumen on the asphalt plant? Actually, good cut. We don't. Alright then, off you go. Another 160 tons. That one's now going for the bitumen, isn't it? Yep. Right, so we got a bit of a rush of... Oh, well, this is just leaving. It's not too bad, and this is going to be leaving soon as well. That's 34,000, going to be 36,000. That's another 70,000 combination there. And the... Oh, the coal is just returning. Let's actually have a look. How good of a price are we going to get now? If we have a look at the total... this year, prices... Coal... It's dropped quite significantly. Like, it started at a bit over 40, it's now 36. That's like a 12% drop. We'll keep that open while we check the situation. The coal power plant could use a bit more. So that refuel, and now it's filling up. The heating plant, on the other hand, is doing fine. But yeah, the ship is probably about half paid now because... Well, actually, yeah, it should be. If we have a look at this year... Yeah, it's a bit more than half paid. And considering that it started working only in April, it's been doing pretty well. I think we might be able to pay it off during this year. Well, not necessarily this year, but at the start of next year, maybe. Although, if we factor in the lowering price, it might take a bit longer. But next year, certainly, it has been... Oh, it's still 40,000. Alright then. I think during winter, the price is going to go up a little bit. Oh, that's alright. And we've still got 300 tons of crops there, which means that, well, we are slowly getting the crops in here. We may need to actually get some bigger trucks, because these don't have a huge speed, whereas these ones would have... Well, actually, no, that's not the one that I wanted. Covered hole. These ones. No, actually, that's 10 tons, yes, but it only has 62 kilometer speed. This would be 8 tons of crops per 88 kilometers per hour speed, so that would be a bit better on the asphalt roads, but at the same time we don't have that much of those around here yet. So the 9.6 tons for 72 kilometers per hour is probably actually the best right now. But no, I don't think we need to be replacing that right now, but at some point, once we get access to a bit bigger trucks, then we definitely do need bit upgrades there. And the population is now 8,200. Excellent. I knew that we'd be hitting at least 8,000. Oh, we upgraded that path there. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to upgrade this one as... Oh, okay. Upgrade those. It'll take a little while, but I don't think it's going to be a huge problem. As soon as we get this road upgraded and that road completed, which is going to take a while in all fairness. It can only fit in 5 vehicles, is the problem. Like, I'd need to build a bigger one to be able to fit more. I don't think I can actually fit it here. I'm pretty sure that I tried to fit it in here, but the power lines were starting to be a bit of a problem. Although, I don't want to get rid of that one. Yeah, all of them are out right now. I wonder... No, I don't think there's gonna be a lot of room here for an extra one. Actually, if we were to get rid of one of the small ones around here, for example, we could potentially set up a separate one that would be assisting in that. We've got plenty of grain storage here. And we got some of the trucks... Ooh, we actually got a lot of trucks heading this way. And we've got plenty of crops here. Are we actually... No, that's one of the alcohol trucks. Do we have any vehicles bringing in crops here? We do. At least one. But it's gonna use the crops rather quickly. I mean, one thing we could do eventually is if we build this one, we could then have a ship over here that will... Essentially, it can be one of the river cargo ships. Will be here, which will be filled in with a truck or two. Like, as soon as we do the harvest here, we can technically separate this from the distribution center here, and then we can just send that ship around to unload it over there. Which means that we'd be transferring a bit more at a time through here. Not necessarily the best idea, but it's a possibility. Or, I mean, we could even fit in the grain silo in here, so we could just be filling from this to the other grain silo here, and then we just bring in the ship here to load up the grain, all the crops, and transport it over there. Still around 500,000 rubles. Ooh, but total this year we've done 600,000 profit. Already at 1.6 million in exports. Not bad. And it's only September. We might be hitting 2 million. Especially if we can get another set of oil exports. Which is very much a possibility. Although the price has dropped a little bit again, but it's still going to be about 120. Oh, right, we've been cutting down everything here. Okay. Yeah, I don't think we need this many people working here. I think 10 is probably going to be enough. We may need to move one of the trucks from here to go work over there. Don't have the steel to actually build that one, nor do we have the bricks, to be fair. Now, how are we doing in terms of the loans? There's still 1 million on the first one, then 1.4 million on the second one, and about 1.7 million on the third one. Great minds, Alberta. Great minds. But yeah, there's still about 4 million, 4.1. But it has gone down a fair bit, that's for sure. But we started with 5 million loans at the start of the year, and we're down to 4.1, so that's 900,000 off the loan, and we started with 755,000 rubles, down to 457, so down by about 300,000. That's almost instant. Yeah, I was thinking about the same thing. Right, so we got these roads upgraded. I think what we can do now is we can get rid of these roads. That's going to give us a bit extra room here if we need it. Don't necessarily need it right now, but it's a possibility in the long run. I mean, actually, at some point, we will want to have a storage here, or a warehouse here, so that we can, especially if we want to start exporting, say, clothes from here, that we can store them in the warehouse. So yeah, at some point we do want that. Right now, it's not necessarily that much required. Okay, so we need the asphalt over here. Enjoy the high road there. Okay, so do we want to upgrade this road now? Possibly. You know what? Yeah, we do. It's gonna be a bit extra road over there. It's gonna make the coal trucks go around again, which means that's not the heating building. That is it's lacking a little bit, but there should be a truck on its way here. We could, in theory, get one worse loan to pay 2 loans, so we pay 4.4 instead of the 2 4.3s. Yes, we could. I mean, currently just waiting for the combined amount owed on these 2 loans to go below 2 million, so I can take the 2 million loan to pay off those 2, and then we'd be paying only 800,000 per year on the loan payments instead of the 1.2 million. So that is certainly something that I will do as soon as it's viable, but right now it really isn't. Well, we just need to wait. Actually, we don't need anything on that road, so I'm gonna upgrade that. Well, no, I don't want to risk it. I'm gonna keep at least one of these roads open, because we do need to deliver fuel there. And if there's a fire, then I don't want to lose that harbor. Well, at least we got the asphalt there. We've got 500 tons of crops there, and another 100 or 90 tons over there. We got a lot of crops in these fields. There's a 40 tons in that big one. That one's empty. This one's empty. And there's some of the smaller ones maybe with crops, but no, they seem mostly empty. It's not actually as bad as I thought it would be. We can fit everything in that storage. Hold on, are you going to load up? Yeah. Going to port. Going to the harbor. Doing the same. How much do we have over here? We got quite a bit of coal there, 1700, and the ship is only just returning. Alright then. But yeah, I did tell you that the coal is gonna be our salvation. Wonder if can the crop only import export 2 because we have the trucks waiting for a bit now? I don't know. I mean, over here, like, they are getting the crops relatively quickly. It is building up a little bit because of the warehouse or the storage over here. Actually, oh right, did we do any work on this one? We've done a little bit. We got both of the excavators here. But we may want to build this one, or at least import the resources we need, so that would be another 28 tons of steel and 68 tons of bricks. I mean, the bricks is not going to be a huge issue. Or 70 tons of bricks, let's put it that way. And okay, so that would be 36,000. I think I can afford that, and I will do that, just so that we can get that one completed. Because we really need the technical services here, and then we can maybe buy one truck and transfer one truck from the truck route over here. Because it does have 7 trucks already, and I think 6 will be mostly enough, especially if we can get all of these moving at a good speed. Right, so that's moving in again, and the coal is still full. Vietnam more like Oceania Islands meet communism than proper Eastern Europe landscape. Yeah, we got a random map and put in quite a bit of water, so this is what we ended with. Right, so the coal is filling up quite nicely. I will let the water tap open and we're dealing with the consequences, more or less. New vehicle type available, another crane. We've got a decent bit of crops here waiting. We have kind of started with this one. Still waiting for the more asphalt to go in there, but it should be done relatively soon. That one still needs a bit more resources. It's actually being worked on right now, so that's good. We'll have that road upgraded. Next question is, are we going to cut that one entirely? We did upgrade that road now. We'll technically get rid of that road, start upgrading that one, and build the new road here at the same time. But because the road is going to be cut down, or cut out anyway, there is the alternative road though, so it's not the end of the world. We're slowly filling up this one again. It's at 33,000. 36,000. But yeah, getting the road cargo station really helped the situation here, although we're having a bit of a problem with food, so how about you stop loading food and we'll only export the alcohol. Or at least some of them only export the alcohol. We can maybe have one that is still exporting food. We need the food domestically right now. We are working over there, a little bit crops there, and we're trying to unload everything from here, but it's taking a while, and also we probably have still plenty around here. Yep, another 580 tons. Well, slowly but surely we are getting that transported over here. How much alcohol do we have here anyway? 135 tons. Not bad. And that road should be completed soon, at least the asphalt laying. Oh right, they're already doing the asphalt rolling there. Ooh. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that we did harvest everything. But now that we have 5 harvesters, it is faster to do it, and then the trucks are still able to go a little bit faster around here, and they have a slightly higher capacity than the previous ones. And yeah, we did do all the harvests, so that's good. And that brought in the crops. They're still pretty full. Just making sure that you do have the... Wait until unloaded, good. Almost back to 500,000 though, so that's good. If we have a look at this year's total stats, already 1.8 million in exports. Total profit of 700,000, of course. If we factor in the loan payments, then we've already paid about 950,000 probably off the loans. And technically right now, if we're willing to risk running out of money, we could take the 2 million loan, pay off that one, and with the cash that we have right now, we could even pay off the second one. We do have 500,000. You know what, we're gonna do that. Means that we need to pay them off for a little bit less time, and we'll be paying a lot less in payments per year. Return money, and then over here return Also the 1.4 million. There we go, so our total loan is now 3.6 million. We didn't actually pay all that much extra for those loans. But yeah, now we won't be paying as much per year anymore. We'll be going a bit low on cash momentarily, but we do have the whole ship already heading back in, actually. The oil ship out, I believe, yes, it's heading back now. That's why we had so much money. Did we get the bitumen? It could use a bit. You know what? I think I'm gonna start importing bitumen again. It's not that expensive, really. We'll still be able to use some of the domestic stuff, but a bit less frequently, I suppose. Right, so we're down to 560 tons of crops there, and 570 tons of crops here, plus the 100 tons over here. So we've got a decent bit of crops right now. Oh, and we are bringing in crops here again. Operating without issues, good. Although they are using all of that rather quickly. Because we managed to get a little bit alcohol, well, food over here. Alcohol is running a bit low now. Of course, once we get a bit more workers in there, it shouldn't be a problem. How much have we paid for the delivery cost this year? 118,000, okay, so that is a fair bit. We now use over 1 million for the imports. On the other hand, it's noticeably less than what we used last year. Of course, we import a lot less steel and mechanical components, so that would account for most of that. And actually, if we can get even this good profits next year, that means that we'll be staying stable with money. Because we'll be paying a bit less on the loans. Right, how's the work going on in here? Still needs a lot of bricks and boards and steel. Currently missing the bricks. Okay, do we have vehicles coming in with them, or we've got steel going here? There's bricks, and more bricks, and more bricks. Okay, we do. All right, and this was the road that I wanted to build. I'm gonna build it. Hold on. Build it now. That's gonna cut down the delivery time over here because they don't need to go all the way here. Especially for all the gravel that we need to do for or deliver for constructions and such. Should be pretty good. We've got plenty of asphalt on this road here, just waiting for workers, or I suppose the paver is currently on the northern road here. Actually, no, it isn't. But it's probably driving back. And I'm guessing the roller is heading this way? Yep, roller is heading this way. Yeah, the paver is right there, so we can probably expect the roller to be somewhere around here, maybe? Not very far yet, I don't think. Why cannot I see it? It should have left from there. Oh, it's already over here. Got a magnificent 19 kilometers per hour speed. Alright then. We started on that road already. We're waiting a bit of manpower here to complete that. Right, and the trucks are waiting there. That means that we'll have a bit extra time to accumulate the alcohol and food here. Speaking of which, oh, I see. These are waiting for alcohol over there. And we got 2 trucks with crops waiting here. Okay, so where would the factory connections for that be? One over here. I wonder... I may have shot myself in the leg a little bit here. I'm just thinking, road cargo station. I probably could have. No, actually, no. I think the power lines would be screwing me over anyway. Never mind. I was just wondering if I could have the road cargo station here and be able to unload the crops to that, or maybe load up the alcohol through that, or something. I think we may want to upgrade the footpath around there. And eventually upgrade this footpath as well, but that's going to be a bit of a longer trip. Right, that's going to be another 60 workers. No, 80 workers. Never mind then. Even better. We don't have a lot of workers on that, unfortunately. We're slowly getting more again, but yep, there goes the crops. Make a silo and deliver there so the trucks don't wait on each other. The distillery. Yeah, the silo is a bit expensive on the steel. Let's actually have a look. Could we... Ooh, building on fire. Which one? Oh, and it's another house in Sakura. I should be alright. I have faith in my fire station. I mean, I suppose... You know, even then, I'm pretty sure that the power lines are going to be the biggest problem in here. Even without that road there. Now, well, yeah, even on this side it probably wouldn't fit. Unfortunate. Right, so how much do we still got 670 tons of crops there. Another 436 there and 74 there. Okay, so we got plenty of crops still. Just need to be transporting them, and currently if they are waiting over here, then not going quite as planned. But we have got a fair bit of crops here, so we're not actually importing any right this moment. Not into the building directly anyway. Here we got the paver over here, so that's speeding up the work on that one. I think once we're done with that, of course I could upgrade that one. Last chance to buy one of the fast types. Honestly, yeah, another bus might not be a bad idea. We could get a 98 passenger bus. Oh, it doesn't have a huge max speed though. That would be very low max speed as well, but 135 passengers. At the same time, I think I want to go at least with these. I mean, it has this 82 passenger capacity, has much higher speed, relatively, so they can actually utilize the asphalt roads a bit better. Let's buy another one of those then. And then you, I think, which one of these has the most? That one has a lot. That was the number 3, wasn't it? So is there a bus stop 3 and bread and vodka bus stop? Yes. Taking a lot of workers from this. What? Oh no. Don't wait until unloaded, please. Okay, that's the problem. Okay, and you don't need to wait until unloaded either. Yeah, that's probably our first proper traffic jam. There we go. Well, that's solved now. That means that a lot of workers will go from there to around here. That's why there were no one working in here. Well, now that we solved that problem... Let's see, so we have gotten most of this road now working at pretty good speed. How's this one coming along? Still needs a bit more bricks and boards. Not too bad. I think we might be able to complete it before the end of the year. Like, that's the boards, isn't it? Yep. And that's going to be most of the... well, a fair bit of the bricks. Oh, right. You can only fit 3 tons of bricks per truck. Okay. It's going to be a bit of a problem then. We should have plenty of... ooh. Right, so the ship just left, isn't it? Well, I say just, but it's already at the border. Well, let's bring out a fair bit of coal exports, yeah. Okay, and we got the traffic jam over here again. Well, at least they got the alcohol. And now, with the same speed as... oh no, that's loading in more alcohol. As well as that. Okay, never mind. But this should be bringing in crops. Yeah, now there's almost 100 workers there, so no wonder it's going a lot faster. Oh well. How is the situation here? Still a lot of crops. Actually, if we do have the alternative road there, I might start upgrading a bit of the... actually, no, we've got way too many road upgrades going on right now. Well, actually, I say that, but all the dumpers are here. The paver is there. Okay, yep. I think what we will do then is upgrade that one. Maybe upgrade some of the footpaths in the city again. I do believe I wanted to... oh, right, upgrade that one. Actually, I'm gonna upgrade that one first. I'm gonna do the second upgrade there. Maybe upgrade that bit there, and then maybe that one over there. It does complicate things a little bit, but it should be alright. We could maybe upgrade some of the roads there, at least that one, and maybe this one. And upgrade the road to the house here. And the road over there. Oh, we never connected that one. Okay. I see. Another train design by the looks of it. Okay, so we've got plenty of food here. We haven't been bringing the alcohol here, so how about we actually lower the amount of alcohol a tiny bit then? Get a bit more extra room for food. Although we should really start bringing the alcohol directly here. Although for that we really need to set up the... yeah, we need to set up the road cargo station on this side. Get the bridge across that and get the... right, that's something that we really need to do. We have that one upgraded and we have snow. Never upgraded any of this road. But we probably don't need this one much longer. Although we're not really using the boards either. Not in large quantities. The technical services are not quite yet finished. Actually, they are. Okay, we'll buy one of those, and we'll send one of the vehicles from here. Join there. Now, we don't have a gas station in this region yet. We should probably fix that. Is it good? How far can it reach right now? It can kind of reach pretty far, actually, all the way to the other harbor there. It should allow the exports quite well. We're going to keep that road clear for the most part, I suppose. Right, so we should be getting a fair bit of coal exports again, and actually, let's have a look. Has the coal price been going up this year? Or right at the end of the year here again? Oh yes, it's almost at 40 again. 39, so it's going up by at least 3 rubles per ton. Let's have a look. It's already at 800 tons, almost 900. 1,000 tons. Okay, yeah, it's well over 40,000 again per shipment. 43,000. Not bad. And should be getting there rather quickly. We've still got plenty of... Oh, well, actually, I haven't been getting all that much here, but that might have been because some of the vehicles were unable to get here. So there may have been a bit of a delay there, but it should be fixed now. Or soon enough, anyway. Unfortunately, we only have 2 of the trucks here doing the road service. We may need to buy more, but I think the 2 will just have to do for now. Oh, we're running a bit low on coal ore here. Although we're mining a fair bit. Traffic jam ruins the country economy. Yeah. It's not great. Okay, we've got a lot of food here again. Might allow you to get some food as well. Just to get the exports running smoothly. How much crops do we still have? 570 tons there. I'm guessing quite a bit around here. 400... Okay, so they haven't actually been around here lately. But that's fine. Mostly working in this region. Got a little bit extra alcohol there, and we have gotten up to 100,000 again. Let's have a look at the total numbers this year. Profit over 800,000, almost 900,000, 2.2 million in exports. Blimey. Also, how much? Yeah, we're down to 3.56 million in loans. We haven't paid off all that much lately. But it will start going down. Right, and we have cleared out a fair bit of the roads here, actually. And that's good. Because that means that the coal trucks can actually go through at decent speed. Also, how much do we have? Okay, that is filling up again. That one's slowly filling up. Not necessarily quickly enough, because the ship is probably heading back already. Not quite yet, we're still exporting. Let's have a quick look. How much have we made from coal this year? Because I suspect it's quite substantial. Oh, we pretty much paid off the ship already. Like, one more shipment and it's paid. Not entirely sure if we'll be able to do that one more shipment this year. Maybe. But it's not too bad. Okay, so you're clearing over there. Technically you don't need to clear that, but alright. I'd rather have too many places cleared out than too few. Over here there's no workers. I mean the buses are still going to have a bit of problem, but we do have... Oh right, we started bringing more people here, not to... Okay. Well, there's a bit of food there. A bit low on alcohol, but that's fine. Bringing in a fair bit of workers. These are going around to go there, aren't they? Especially with... Oh right, with that road they are just using this. Yep. Okay. But we may need to start upgrading some of the roads in here then, just to accommodate the extra traffic. So yeah, if I was to upgrade the road around here, all the way there, through here, and up to that one, it might not be a terrible idea actually. Also, did we have upgraded the roads through here? I don't think I'm gonna do the upgrades for this portion and that portion until spring again. Which is gonna be probably on Monday, actually. Because we are approaching on the 1st of January, and that's probably where we will end this stream. We've still got plenty of crops here. No one's actually coming over here to get them. Because we've still got plenty of crops on this storage. And I'm still getting more. We're doing... Okay, so we got 2 of the trucks already waiting here. Third one should be... Oh, it's probably refueling or something. Oh no, that's over here. And then there's a 4th one over there, going to restock with the livestock. Wait a minute, didn't I set you to wait until unloaded? Apparently I didn't. Well, you should. Got plenty of livestock there. We got plenty of livestock and meat there. How's the meat storage doing? Still 54 tons, so not bad. Over here we got 112 tons of food, so I don't think we'll be importing more food. So that's pretty good. We did some of the upgrades over here at least. Because we could upgrade that one again. Or continue upgrading it. And around here, so we upgraded that. I'm going to upgrade this one. There's less use on that one, but that's fine. Or less use over there right now. Hospital is still doing fine. Now, total population is still 8,200. I might actually start building that one. For a bit extra housing. Gonna take a while before it's actually completed, but it's fine. Oh. Okay. 300 people. No, it's 200 people waiting in front of the shop, and it's almost fully manned there. Okay. That's quite a bit of people. Well, at least we're not running out of food or meat here. But they are certainly trying their best to do that. Right, so I suppose we got plenty of wood here. I don't think we need any workers here right now. Yeah, no wonder it's running out. We might need a bigger one. Going for exports. Already has 23,000 over there, that's good. The coal ship... Oh, it's already going out, isn't it? Yep, another 43,000. Yeah, I think we are gonna pay back the ship already this year. That's not bad. Now, how are we actually doing in the storage here? It's a bit low, but we are working on increasing the size again. And there's 120 tons of coal ore there. Mining 150 tons of coal ore per day right now. Because they are going to run out of people soon. And that's when the problems start. During summertime we don't really have a problem because we can bring in people fast enough with the buses. During wintertime we do, on the other hand. Now since they're using this one, it's not necessarily... Well, it's probably faster in total, but at the same time, or at least it's shorter. Actually a lot shorter than going around here and then going up this way. So it's going out with 42,000. Oh my, 42,000. How much has the alcohol price gone up? Go for this year. It's already 657. Oh my. Because last year it was just about 600. But that price has been going up quite significantly. Food price has been going up steadily as well. And livestock price has also been going up a little bit. So that's good. It has doubled since the start of the game. Or start of when we started exporting them. Okay, at least most of this road is clear, so the coal truck... Actually, let's have a look at the coal trucks. That one has plenty of coal. What about this one? It's a bit low. Maybe to get a third truck to get the stuff in here. At the same time, as I've said multiple times, as soon as we get the aggregate unloading over here, it should be alright. But we're not there yet. Still haven't gotten this one built. Don't really have the bricks for that. We've got 2 tons of bricks. 6 tons of steel, which might be just enough. Not quite, we need 11 tons. Have to import a bit more. Okay, so over 900,000 profit this year. I mean, consider that we paid loans for an extra 400 million when we refreshed the loan, essentially. Otherwise, we'd be around 500,000 rubles still. Not great, not terrible. At some point, we do need to set up a nuclear power plant as well. Yeah, almost 2.4 in exports, which is bloody good. Yeah, we did, well, we increased it by 1 million. And we've actually imported a lot less. The delivery costs are actually higher right now. And we still have imported a fair bit of vehicles. But a lot of that was the farm vehicles, I think. And then a little bit manpower. Oh yeah, the manpower average cost of 1 workday has gone up by a full ruble. And it's 1st of January, so that is where we're gonna end. Yeah, we imported a lot less steel and such. Like the year before, we used, or the previous year, we used about 500,000 on steel and mechanical components imports. And this year, or the last year, let's have a look. How much did we import? Less than 100,000. Oh, thanks for the hydrate. I'll take that after the stream. But anyway, as I was saying, I will be ending the stream here. I'll probably go through some of the details in. I'll go through some of the details in Discord, maybe, potentially. Anyway, I will be back on Sunday with Port Royal 4. We'll be fighting the French on that one. And I'll probably start a bit earlier than last week, simply because I don't have D&D session this week, so I'm gonna starting a bit earlier. Won't be streaming tomorrow, and won't be streaming on Saturday, I don't think. And then on next week, Monday, we'll return with more workers and resources. At least that's the plan right now. But anyway, thank you all for watching, and until next time, bye bye.